Hi. Hi, how's it going? Alright, so, something a little different today. Something I've been really wanting to do, I've been talking about for a little while. Lethal Company! Lethal Company. I know it's super late compared to when I normally stream. I don't expect it to go on for too long, but I got invited to do it in the evening, and I wanted to do it. I just wanted to do it because I've been looking forward to playing Lethal Company with a group for so long. Now, maybe a familiar face or two, just maybe. But, a lot of the people here I have not met before. So, this will be a couple of new experiences for me, but I am very excited. So, I guess, without further ado, let's hop in. It's been a very long time since I've played Lethal Company, so forgive me if I'm bad. Should be entering the lobby shortly. Alright. I think this works. Yeah, alright, we're in.
Oh shit, I forgot we had suits. Hold on. I gotta stop the clapping of the cheeks. Oh. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hello, company.
Yeah, no.
Alright,
Perhaps even Lethal Company.
Damn, you right. You right.
I can't tell which one of you is clapping. Oh, okay.
No, that's her ass cheeks. Yeah.
It's me.
Lily, this is Check. Check, this is Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Oh, today
Oh, Potato Mine just woke up.
Ooh.
I'm working hard for my money right now. You know, the company, they only have such, such a short training period, right? So, you do what you can while you're an intern.
All right, this is quite the introduction.
So, Lee. Okay. Potato's gonna have to do an update for a second, so we'll just go in.
Everybody's so loud.
Damn. That's okay.
She'll make it in eventually.
I have faith.
Boom.
I guess my biggest question, Lily, have you played Lethal Company?
A little bit. A few months ago, I think. Honestly, I think it was last year I played. So it's been a hot minute.
This is going to be an interesting time because our Halloween update, basically every single map font on the inside. I have died many times since we made that update.
The Halloween map?
Uh-huh. Every time it's foggy inside, I've been brackened.
Oh.
Oh, good.
I see.
Well, luckily, we love the bracken here.
You know, you're right.
I'm not really... I guess I'll be Mario.
Somebody needs to make a mod that puts like a bell collar on the bracken. Like, you know when we have a little bell collar for your cat?
I need a mod that puts a bell collar on me.
Fun.
Oh, there you go. Uh-oh.
Every time I jump into Christmas Carol.
Is it?
Christmas Carol? What? Oh!
The bell collar.
Oh.
Oh.
Where'd my stuff go? And that.
I ate it.
I don't know, Mario. You tell me.
Bleep.
No, you can't do that. You're not
fix the
Luigi.
ship. What?
Oh, you know what? I was too busy trying to earn $1. You're right.
Yeah.
I had to do some cleanup here.
How big are her pockets? What the hell? Where did those go?
My patience ran too thin.
Yep, you know what? Fair.
We went to your favorite map.
Oh, well.
I despise you sometimes.
It's
Oh
fucking a great map. Lily, do you know how to get to the door on this map?
Vaguely. I'll follow you.
Okay. Oh.
Bye.
Hello.
Yo, I didn't immediately die. This has gone better than last time.
Oh, I walked in and then I heard, you know, the rustle of the bracken spines, and I was like, fun. Oh, hey, Appy's right here. Nice.
I've made one successful jump. I'm locked. In.
Appy's really close to entrance. Oh god, hello. I'm already scaring myself.
Don't go through fire exit without a key.
Discord moderator jump scare.
Oh, that's locked. That's not good. How to get back to entrance? I've already been lost, so no. Oh, they're running a route. Must be dramatic or nothing. There we go. Oh!
Dead end here.
Oh my god, I thought you were behind me. I was like, is this a mimic? Oh gosh.
Lethal company time.
What do we find so far? Besides that.
The couple of things I dropped off at the entrance so far.
Maybe the real loot was the friends we made along the way. How much do you sell for, Jack?
How much in a what?
How much do you sell for? I think he
it's-
doesn't want us to
it's gonna
continue.
depend. I think it's gonna depend. Oh!
We're not allowed to continue this conversation.
Depends on what you want. Depends on what you're looking for.
You could probably join us, Cherry. I don't think Mako would mind. Completely up to you. Yes, ma'am. It'd be lethal company time. Alright, there's literally nothing here. I heard spooky noises.
Potato's gonna have to do it.
Actually, that sounded wrong. He just went outside. Nuh-uh. 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 Can't have shit in Detroit, goddamn. I guess we're taking the long way. Let me in. I think you'll need a mod code. Locked. Okay. I think there might be a back entrance. Maybe after this. Oh. I see the error of my ways.
Oh, we have cell bodies. We have cell
no.
bodies. Where's the fucking box?
Hey. Oh yeah, go kick its ass. Hey guy.
Where is it? I'm bad at this. We'll try. Oh god!
You can hit that. You can hit that with the stop sign. And it'll...
Yeah. Oh god, where'd it go? Hello?
I didn't know there were hostiles here.
Oh, there's so
Yeah.
Call back here, Gerald.
These guys are typically fine until they make gangs. Then they're bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I nearly got jumped by one running up here.
All you have to do is yell at them. If you yell at them, then they'll back away from you.
What if I moan at them?
You're not fond of them?
What if I moan at them?
Yeah, that should make them move away probably. Unless it's a group of them.
Kinky.
Yep. Oh, she's bringing back a body.
I'm victorious. Did I lose half of my blood in the process? Probably.
What am I hurting from? Oh, that's right, from falling.
Free fall.
Oh.
Oh, perfect. The tools. Excellent. Excellent. Did I put this up here?
Computer.
Oh god.
Why is my
No.
frame rate so bad
What
in
happened
this
to it?
specific area?
Oh no, is it outside or did I just delete it from existence? Oh, it's on the ship!
You kill it?
I tried to put the baboon hawk. Oh, there it is. I tried to put the baboon hawk on the ship.
Holy
It
shit.
did not work. Put it up
There's
top
still
of
so
the
many
ship
things in there.
instead.
Where's Appy at? I know there's a thumper in there.
Like to the right of entrance and somewhere in there. Somewhere close.
Alright.
Like, I wouldn't say more than a couple turns.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to ask Mako. Because we might have a full lobby already. Jump.
Be careful. Alright.
Do I have to worry about these little guys? I don't want to experience famine.
Happy. Where are you? Oh, there it is. Anything else in this room? Wait, I knew this game. That's not a noise that this game makes. Come on now.
Damn, okay. Wow.
Yeah, wait till you get the plushies. They make the right noises.
Do we?
You want to pull it?
Sure.
Yeah, you can just... Now we get it around.
You going?
We gotta go down and then up.
Happy wife?
Uh-oh. 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 No. Come this way, follow me. Go behind Grandma's house.
Oh no! Oh, I'm gonna die.
Uh-oh.
We're good, I'm alive. Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
I have died many times.
The thumpies. The
Hey,
thumpies.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Here we go. I almost lost the path back. Alright, we're good.
Oh, he's speeding up. We gotta go.
Man, somebody dummy thick is coming here. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Alright, that seems good enough.
Nice. I forgot we did not have a teleport, so I was here and I was like, oh, I can get away from the giant.
Wow,
No.
what's this frame rate? What is that frame rate?
Ambiance.
I'm dropping a 10 FPS in this bitch. What the hell?
Yeah, she does that sometimes. We have this mod pack
just-
load up.
Oh yeah, I was the most paranoid. Oof.
Nice. Alright, now take the stop sign with responsibility. There we go.
I look around way too much. Oof.
Alright, let's see.
Whoa.
How do I pull
We
up the
got
emote
March.
menu?
Oh, it is the... Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, what do you call it? The tilde, the little squiggle.
Ah,
one
thank you.
left of one.
Grave. Grave.
Grave?
Yeah. Are we not going to mention the big old biddies
What?
that this baboon bot this baboon fuck has?
He's lucky.
Hmm.
Greedy Jizzle straight staring at him. Amazing.
Coffee time. Fuck
And,
yeah.
also, you can press 1 through what?
I think 0.
1 through 0 to do other emotes as well.
Yeah.
This is the only emote I need.
Damn, you're right. The most important one.
Alright.
Alright. Take us out, Captain.
Silence bottom.
What does 0 do? Oh.
The siphon burns out.
Oh.
Only a great asset to the company XD.
Here we go.
Mia, you are a great asset to this company. However, unfortunately, due to downsizing in the current economy, we are going to have to let you go.
Discombobulate.
Alright, fuck you! Oh. Bitch. Where is everybody? No. I was just trying to quell the bottoms. What's going on? Where are we? Mako? Chat. We might actually be in Detroit right now. Cowabunga it is.
Oh god.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I found the big room.
Oh, nice.
Usually has stuff.
What
but
does
this
big
one
room
is kind
mean?
of a shitty one.
There's a room that is large that we just call big room. It might be what it's actually called. I have no idea.
Well, it's not that. Like, one, that, not that.
Oh.
It's the one that has like the two shelves.
Hey, I don't like that you just went dead quiet, Mako.
What do you mean? I'm fine. I'm alive.
You just went oh and then went dead quiet after I heard a thump, okay? You can imagine how that looks on this end.
That happens
Around
sometimes.
the tower.
Oh, cool.
Can't have
This
shit
is
in
server room.
Detroit.
Trying to find big room, but no.
Oh,
Oh.
there's a secure door here.
Is that? That's not the way we came from.
No.
You can open those with the computer on the ship.
You want me to go back and open up too?
Nah. Ah, this is big room.
Oh, this is the one that always kills me.
This one kills you. Why does this one kill you?
I fall.
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Ooh, stuff.
I do my best, but sometimes I just get like the Hollywood undead instinct, you know? Yeah, the factory room. Fuck'd you say to me? Through the oh.
Yeah.
Hey. I'll have you know that Sonny Featherland is an upstanding individual.
Well, yeah, of course.
You're on thin fucking ice.
Well, you know. Who am I not? Oh, fire exit.
I forget how to change my... I forget how to change my thing. Do I just take this fire hydrant and leave? I guess so. This is my friend now. Let's see if I can find my way home. Nuh-uh. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, you making friends over there or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's cool. He's cool. He's chill. Hey, buddy. No, choose me. Hell yeah. I don't know how to get back, so we're working on that.
Oh, okay.
You see those things with the bees, though?
Yeah, I know about those. Don't fuck with them.
Okay. I want it so badly.
Well,
Now,
don't
where
we
is
need
back?
something to
What?
Sorry, your boy just did a dance on your head. Don't we need something to get
Yeah.
rid of the bees?
Yeah, it's make them run at you and then you run around them and hope that they don't kill you. Oh, ship's over there. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Did
Oh,
Check
where-
just
Hi,
die? Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah,
She's
I'm
fine.
here. I wanted to make sure someone came back before I went to go try to get Abby.
Oh, that was weird. Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get killed by bees.
Oh, okay. All I got was this fire hydrant, so I'm gonna go kill myself too.
Oh, that's fine. Where'd we come from? This way?
I must reclaim my honor. Yeah.
Bees?
Where did you go?
I came over here.
Oh, I was asking the bees.
The bees can't answer you, silly.
Sometimes.
They're right here.
Oh, perfect. Alright.
Radiation. Oh, did she take the core?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Wow. I think he just fucking died. Oh, you did it?
No, go away, go away, go away. Perfect. I'll get stung a couple times going up this hill, but it should be fine.
Oh boy.
Missed it. Stop.
If you can bait them, I can do it.
Well, here's the thing. We do not want those bees to lose that nest. If they lose the nest, they become wandering bees, and then they just attack anything near them. And it's dangerous.
Then how do we get it in the ship?
We leave it outside of the ship.
Ah, mimic! Help! Mimic!
Where's the mimic? Oh, there. I see the mimic right there.
Oh.
Where's the stop sign?
Oh.
Oh.
Stop sign, stop sign, stop sign.
Oh!
Oh, that's the mimic! Oh.
No! Watch out! Oh god, that's a fucking baboon hawk on top of everything!
Oh, I hit it. What the hell?
Kills you. Why does that kill you?
Oh fuck. Vote to leave!
Hello.
Vote to
Hello, I see
leave!
that you've decided to die.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit it with a stop sign twice. I see the error of my ways.
I
See the error of my ways. That is exactly something I would be saying at that moment too.
They can use ladders apparently now.
Why are there mimics here? They took my gift
Yeah,
box.
there's not normally mimics on this map.
What the fuck?
How many were there? Was it just one that just...
There was just the one that
Gulls?
came up. I was like, wait, that's my like skin, but I was like, did somebody change? But the way you walked, and then it clipped through the ship, and I was like, what's happening? Oh, I hate mimics. Mimics so much.
Well, we're gonna have to do real good on this
That
one.
thing jumped at me. It lunged. It
I
lunged at
hit
me
it
over
with,
that
like-
fucking ladder.
I hit it with the stop sign twice.
That? I think... I thought twice killed it, but maybe it's 3 times.
Gah. It didn't really stagger either, which is
No,
what fucked me up.
No.
I figured it would stagger.
Yeah, they don't stagger.
I'll learn for next time.
March. So sad. We had so much stuff.
Yeah, that was we lost a lot there. Oh well.
Mostly corpses.
Bees! Is that more bees? Oh, there's so many bees!
Hi Liz, how's it
Alright, I'll be
going?
outside, bee hunting.
How's it going? Oh my god, what's going on here? Let's get inside this bit. I don't like this. I really don't like this. I really, really don't like this. How's it going? How's it going, gamers? I'm in a spooky school. We're doing some urban exploring today. Just you and me against the world. It's just you and me against the world. Who knows what we'll find? Maybe we'll find a lost artifact or a treasure from the old world. Mr. Streamer, I swear to God, if you keep mistering me, I'm actually just gonna ban you. Fuck off. Can I look through these files to find ancient records that damn my enemies? New creature data? I don't need a wife. Found me in the hallways drinking chicky milk. Oh! The chicky milk. Milk from chicks. Hello! You know, I saw a Twitter post earlier that said it sent me, this November, stuff a trans woman instead of a turkey. And that's immediately what you made me think of. Oh! This is exactly like my actual school when I was a kid. What'd you say to me, nerd? No chalky milk? No, chicky milk. Get a girl, drink her milk. What the fuck? So rude. I'm not even gonna ask why we're screaming. What the hell? So mean to me. Oh, so is that like screaming just only in that room, I guess? Oh, a fan! There we go. Hello.
Discombobulate.
Ow! What the fuck? Ow! You're so mean to me.
Discombobulate.
Ugh. You live in a different country? Real. Real. So real, Cherry. I just got absolutely bombarded. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Hmm? How come it's real? It's relatable. The only woman who's ever, like, actually been like, oh yeah, I would definitely be hitting on you, was like, but, like, we're in different continents, and I can't do that. And I was just like, no, Maria, how could you? This is absolutely horrifying. I'm walking straight toward it. Wait a minute. Was that? That's my voice. That's my voice. Not many more, Liz. Not many more. That was my voice. The thing is, I have it set so that if you're banned from my stream, you can't view anything on my page either. Yeah, for sure. If you're not broke like me. How did that hit me, actually? I hope I don't come across a friend. Because I will absolutely mollywop the first person I see. Am I stuck in here forever? I'm going in circles. I just need to follow the trail of open doors. I came through here. It was up here. How many approximately? I'm fairly insensitive to being misgendered generally. I care too much. I think this is the way out. Yepers. Maybe. What'd you say to me, nerd? I don't really care that much usually. But I don't want it to become a habit. Don't work? You just wanted to bust one? It worked. I felt it. Don't worry. I definitely felt your nut there, Cherry. Don't worry. Well, here's another exit, I think. Oh! That would have been really fucking stupid of me. Coffee time, yeah. We're almost getting coffee.
Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes.
I grabbed some coffee. I forgot what the landmines looked like. I don't know why, every time I hear them, they sound like intercom transmissions to me. New creature. I don't like that. I don't like randomly getting that. That's upsetting. What creature have I seen? Yeah, you should also probably, you should probably get yourself checked, Cherry. Just in case. Garbage lid. I don't really care about the garbage lid, honestly. Might as well. What have you done now? I have done many things. I have done many things. Many things which God would be ashamed of. And that makes me happy. Okay, so... go through here. There's no exit this way. Just avoid the mine. Nothing really in here. This place is dead. Yeah, this place is totally dead. And I don't know what time it is. You mean I should get checked? I mean with your local physician. What the fuck? Not the Mia. She's done Mia. Oh, once or twice as a treat. That was me stepping on something. Not worried about it. I don't even think that's a creature I'm hearing. Oh, is this an exit? I would love an exit. I would adore an exit. Oh. I don't like that. Maybe the real Lou was the friends we made along the way. A little bit, That's my voice. 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 That was my voice. I need to get the fuck out of here. Okay. Wow. Where is it? I didn't know there were hostiles here. I don't like that. Don't come at me, motherfucker. I will fuck you up. I will fuck you up. I will turn you into cheddar. Huh? Huh? Oh. I'm dead. I think. Yeah, I'm dead. I can't see shit. Unfortunate.
No, Lily!
Unfortunate.
Lily, no!
Is she getting got?
Maybe, she's not carrying
Hey, get out of here.
anymore.
Oh, she might be running away from the giant. Hey, get out of here.
Maybe,
Yes,
but she's
get
not
out.
moving. She's not moving, though.
Well,
Yeah.
I think she sunk. Well, like, there's nothing on the screen. I think she sunk. Oh, no. You were so brave.
she probably
Lily.
sunk.
You did so
Hey.
well.
pull the latch, pull the latch, pull the latch.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I died.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
No, Mako. Oh, no.
Let's see,
I thought you were
Did you find mud?
Can I make another? No, I couldn't make another. Oh, fuck.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Drive-by dog attack.
Yeah, so basically what happened, I got caught by a, I got caught between a mimic and a giant. I got caught between a mimic and a
You kicked the
giant.
mimic's ass.
Yeah, I killed the
You
mimic.
did.
Yeah,
We
I had
were
a baseball
cheering you
bat.
on. We were watching the screen.
I had a baseball bat,
You know,
so yeah.
video. We were like, hell yeah, Lily! You were at it all.
Company building immediately to sell your
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, Lily, you're not moving. Lily, I don't see anything on the screen.
You see, the thing is, I couldn't see.
terminal to route the
I couldn't see
Yeah,
at all.
Oh, it got too dark.
Uh-huh. I
Yeah.
ran from the giant. I drew it like all the way back there. On my way back, I almost fell into quicksand. Then I almost fell into a trench. It was a time. I felt
Oof.
like I just went to war.
I could
And all I came back with was the singular beer can.
see. I had about 150 worth of scrap on me, which is a shame.
Yeah, the bees stung me, and I was already so close to death that I was screwed the moment that they stung me. But
Yeah.
getting just one beehive saves us.
Does
Yay.
it? I don't think it
Yeah.
does.
Jeffrey!
What do you think my corpse is worth?
If he knows your body, it's not worth anything. If we give him your body, it's worth something.
We value your commitment.
Yeb?
Bees?
That's cute. Apparently his name is Yeb.
Yeb. When did his name become Yeb?
It's Jeb.
Jeb. Oh yeah, it's Jeb.
Jeb? Not Yeb.
Jeb.
Okay.
Good old Jebediah.
Oh. When I see Yeb, I think of the Minecraft developer.
Oh yeah. We
So,
did it.
so when I hear that, I think Yeb.
Where are all these?
Oh, please no. Oh, God. Alright. How about it?
I'm
Oh, it reset my wheel again. Oh my
hungry.
gosh. Alright,
Hey guys.
we'll do this.
What?
Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Holy
I did.
fuck!
I practiced really hard for that. I've spent weeks in company training to learn that.
It's a lot less
We can't-
impressive now.
Buy anything worth it. Okay.
Wait, wrong one. Wait, wrong one. Wait, wrong one. There we go.
Alright, where are we going now, gamers?
To the next place. I need my bee suit. Where?
Bee suit.
I'm not hearing any yelling, so I'm gonna assume that she's not on the ship.
Just working in a corner.
Okay.
Absolutely throwing it back there.
Oh. Just-
I gotta get some practice in, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gato. I'll probably be up pretty late tonight if you wanna like play For Honor or something like that
Another
later.
20.
Let me know.
We have 180.
Oh, okay. I think Bosa's is 100. You wanna go to a paid player? You do not have to.
It costs 300.
Damn. Wow, inflation. Rude.
We have a lot of flooded or eclipse,
Or
and we have Val that's not.
Alright, Vow it is!
Val, yeah.
Mines. I crave the mines.
Yeah.
The mines.
The children yearn for the mines.
I crave his
Until
minerals.
6 a.m. Ouchie.
What is Val?
Honestly,
Mines now?
Crystals.
I'll probably be up if you do want to do
always up.
something like that, Gato. Are you permitted
Yeah.
to join?
Dated.
Could we have a
Usually
friend join?
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh, I think we have to be in orbit.
Do we? Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
but it would be okay, right? It's Mia.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
More the merrier.
Oh, of course.
Alrighty, I'll grab Mia.
The more bodies, the less it matters if we all die, you know?
Alright, let's go grab the Mia. Mia. Here you go, sweetie. Where do I go? Why are we monitoring me? Capybara. Slut. Help. Oh. I guess not. Yeah, I feel you, Gato. I'm sorry. But hey, your next day off will be soon, right? I'm just gonna run off into the wilderness. I'm gonna be free. Like a bird. I will be free. I wonder if those mimics, I wonder if they listen for certain keywords. Big jaw or Teichmeissen. I'll be off. Nice! So yeah, your day off's gonna be soon. Yeah, Mia does stream occasionally, though she hasn't been a little bit. I eagerly await her return. I eagerly await her return. No idea where we're going. Like, what do I even do here? Hello? These guys are okay, right? Oh, here it is. Mia is really great. She's really great. We love Mia. New creature data. Hello? Steam leak. My username leaked? My username on Steam.com leaked? How could it? In front of my salad? Hello? Hi? Is anybody here? Hello? 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 Friends? Enemies? Lovers? I'd even be okay with Ryan Seacrest at this point. Just somebody please talk to me. Why do I keep having those big jitters? What is that? Is that normal? Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Anybody wanna talk to little me? No. Aww. Oh, that eats people. Hello?
You trying to grab?
Hi. Hello? Reply with spoon if you can hear me. That's a mimic.
Hey, sweetie, thank you for the follow.
Alright, those are mimics. Those are mimics. Hello? Yeah, those were mimics. Hello? Anybody here? Hello? Hi.
Welcome back.
All right.
There are mimics
Hello.
inside.
Oh, that's
Okay,
fine.
never
They're cool.
mind.
They're chill.
Abort mission. Oh god.
Nope, going.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna keep a watch on the ship. Godspeed.
Yeah.
As
So
soon as I
Mako's
see one, I'm leaving Mako. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
is Mako dead? Is he
Oh,
going
no.
to die?
Maybe. He went to go in because he and you were around a room where some items were, so I gave him directions from fire exit.
Oh, okay.
I tried to
Yeah,
grab
I
some of
didn't
them.
get anything in there. I could barely find the place once
Yeah.
you guys left.
Yeah, I went through. I think you kind of followed the same pattern I did when I first little run through, which is great because I got that little coal mining lamp. It was so nice to have inside. But yeah, it was a time.
I'm sure.
Okay, good. He's following. Okay, right there you go, buddy. You did it. You found it. There's a couple items on that shelf. Perfect. Perfect. It all works out.
Watch him get lost on the way
Alright.
out now.
I hope not. That's pretty close to the fire. Fire and entrance are actually.
Ah, those are mimics, aren't
Ooh,
they?
What the hell is that?
Mimics, most likely.
No, those are no, because the mimics will look like us, like the little blue dots on the screen.
Oh,
But the reds, I know that big red one's a blob. I don't know what the hell those
yeah.
are. There's something waiting for him on that.
I can. On the monitor, yeah, he's pincered by blobs. One of them nearly ate me.
Oof. I'm just checking around the ship. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's a couple things over there now. What is that small thing? Is that a loot bug? Oh, that's definitely a loot bug. The small dot. I think maybe the thing across the way is a snare flea? If I had to guess. If he can make it out in time. Oh,
I'll go
nice.
try and meet him outside,
Interesting.
maybe.
I don't see anything near us right now, so that's good. You always keep a lookout if there's anything that pops up, especially mimics.
For sure, there were at least 2 in there. By the way,
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting.
one of them kept thanking somebody for a follow.
Amazing. I bet you. Oh yeah, because we have the Mirage and Skinwalker's mod on, so all enemies can talk. Oh.
Oh,
Welcome back. You were
It's really
successful.
cool. He's wearing my clothes and he's saying the same things I said. We
yeah.
should go now, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The one that I found kept thanking Sweetie for the follow, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for the follow.
What?
Thank you.
Was that even... Was the game on yet?
I have no idea.
I guess the game was up already.
What happened?
Huh. It was thanking Sweetie for the follow before we even, like, left. Like, really started the
Oh.
game.
Perfect.
I didn't know
Skinwalker's
it's...
is always listening.
Yeah.
It always knows.
Okay, before we land, you can invite Mia right now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have the updates? I think.
Yep.
I don't know what will happen if she doesn't have the updates.
The updates on the mod pack.
That's what I meant to say, is the mod pack.
Gives me time to eat my chicken.
Alright, I've invited her.
I should get ready again. Oh god, why can't I jump here? Oh, there we go. Alright, assume the position. Alright, we're good.
Hell yeah.
Okay, hold on.
This is me rolling a natural 1 stealth. The cop of my asterisk alerted the guards.
And that's lore for your character for the rest of the time.
No joke, the first NPC I ever had, we decided in-game that we were gonna roll for like how great our butts were, and I rolled a 10 on a D10, or 10 out of 10,
No.
of course. But that became the joke of the whole session.
She had that
'cause I was a
BBL?
rogue. Well, yeah, I guess. But
Yes.
listen, I was a rogue that game, so that became the joke, was every time I fell a stealth roll, it was just the clap of those cheeks, you know?
Absolutely, Peak.
This one, Lily also does D&D stuff and just makes her own games.
God bless. We need more people like you in this world.
I do a lot of nerdy stuff, so laughing.
Good.
The
We're putting on a show.
fact that your head like undulates every time you speak just adds to the
Listen, I have a hard time telling who's talking, so I had to add the big head bod. Like, okay, who's it? Who's going? Especially because you can't see names from far away.
Oh, fair.
And if
Yeah.
a mimic tries to talk to you and its head doesn't get big, you know.
Oh, you're cheating. You're cheating. Cheater.
Is it cheating or is it smart?
No, it's cheating because you're the one that
Cheating.
added that mod.
Cheating.
It's all good.
Cheating.
But it is mostly for my auditory processing issues.
That's why the next time y'all see me and we think it's a mimic, I'm just not gonna say anything.
This
You're gonna
is
die if I have a
insane.
weapon.
It'll
I say
be really
that, I talk
funny.
a big game. I will probably be running screaming because mimics scare the living crap out of me.
At least,
scariest-
what was it, Murder Fox?
Okay, Kidnapper Fox is above mimics, but mimics is a close second.
God, that thing was scary.
That thing has snatched me off ladders before. It's time.
Just close the door on him.
Deep trauma. The only safe place from a Kidnapper Fox is the cozy corner. That's it.
I closed the door and it wasn't able to pull me outside that one time. That was nice.
Yeah, you were lucky that you had a weapon within arm's reach that you could blast it.
Because it just had me stuck to the door. I was like, help!
Fucking foxes. I haven't seen them since the Halloween update, so I wonder if they've just been like temporarily removed, and if so, thank God. That or I just jinxed the shit out of us. We'll find out.
I think they're just, I don't know, because whenever they had that update that they said they took it out, and then the moment that happened, we just kept running into them.
Here we go.
What the fuck just
Yeah, I'm
happened?
streaming. I don't want to. Oh, I was doing an emote thing, but it has music, and I was like, nope, I don't want to do the music ones when you guys are on Twitch. I don't want anybody to get PTA'd.
Mia says
Oh.
the foxes are removed.
Thank God. Oh, that's the best news. Now I only have to wear mimics. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done the skin for the butlers, because the butlers also kind of freak me out. I digress.
You can sync emotes? Wait. Do it again.
Just like the immediate stop
Yeah.
after that was the worst.
I look so cursed. What the hell? I just realized I look like a fucking horror villain.
Luckily, you know that I'm alive because of my helmet.
Yep, sure does have that label in there. I'm really curious that if you die, does it change?
Please check my body next time.
I will do my best to remember that, but I'm not here for that. Oh, hold on. I forgot how to get out of this. I think I have to... I crouch. Okay, there we go.
This is absolutely peak.
Update this. I do not remember a bongo.
This
is not a bongo.
Yeah, it's a drum. It's a drum and it's a hand. That's good enough.
That being said, this was not the song that used to play on it, unless it's different because I used DMCA
We're
mode.
also all sitting.
Oh, Jug Band. That's the one.
Ooh. Thank you.
No, but I like the ones where we're all sitting because then it feels like a vibe, you know.
Fight.
Yeah.
You're watching the fight. Oh god, you're watching fucking KSI and
is nice
not
and
KSI.
cozy.
Logan Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Oh my god.
The Jug Band.
I hope
is
you aren't
moving
paying
past
for it.
You just hear.
Or I might look upon you with
on
a lot less
violin
respect than I did
banging
previously.
inside.
Anyway, it's coffee time. But anyway,
Dude, it's hilarious though because
enjoy your brain rot, Andy.
She was just like, I actually do it because I'm scared, and I'm like, oh, okay. And she sprints around.
Honestly, driving
Good
dumb.
time.
Oh, hold on.
Hmm.
There we go. Hey, what'd I do? I ain't doing shit.
You know what you did.
No, explain it to me. I can only
You know.
learn from my wrongs if I am told what has occurred.
It's on Netflix, I see. Good, so you're not paying for it. And then enjoy your brain rot, Pandy.
I'm just gonna wait for your arm to get tired.
Well, I'll have you know I've watched Forrest Gump 500 times.
Wow, okay, so your eyes aren't gonna get tired.
Ooh, Potato should be joining us soon. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Here's
Full
hoping that Mia can
House.
too. Apparently she's having trouble with the mods.
Uh-oh.
No!
At least it gives me a little bit of time to eat. I haven't really eaten today.
Oh, same. I legit have chicken right in front of me that I'm just like trying my best to debone with one hand because I don't want to gunk up both of my hands. Oh, gosh.
Just eat it raw like a
Chicken, really?
python.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Chief.
I see I am the stronger eater here.
I don't know. I just got done eating 5 jalapenos. It was time. I've just been like really in the mood for something, you know, like peppers and pickles lately. Could not tell you why.
What if we touch tips?
I guess we'll only know when I'll only find out. Try. There's way too crusty over on my end.
Is this love?
Just the nice harmonica in the back. It's okay, I'm just setting some mood music. What mood? I don't know. Find out, I guess.
Oh, I'm grittying! I didn't know what I was doing.
Huh. I thought you were purposely doing that earlier. I don't know what to tell you. This ain't for you.
Just
Thank you.
the single harmonica is so nice.
I practiced for many weeks in company training for this.
Oh,
I
nice.
ruined the sound of harmonica for my mother.
Oh,
Do tell.
As a kid, I had a harmonica.
yep, that'll do
I
it.
had an electric scooter when I was younger, and I honked the horn so many times that the neighbors cut the wires and told my dad. And he was like, "That's fair."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "You know what? Solid on them for even just telling my dad, like, hey, don't get it fixed."
There was,
You know, you'd be like that.
you gotta tell me who wins Zen War. Because I am immensely curious. To see how
I don't
badly
know why this harmonica is reminding me of like an anthem for some reason, and the
the
twerking
dipshit
is
gets
just,
his
you know,
ass kicked.
that's the new salute. Man, yo ass is bony. Bony.
No,
And that's coming from the skeleton.
no.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can only say what I see.
I'm just saying, I could probably cut myself on that ass.
Damn.
Because it's so fat?
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, thanks for telling me I have a great ass.
You're a great asset, buddy.
One of these is doing the there. Oh, there we go.
I'm just saying,
Thanks.
with an ass like that, if I were to give back shots, I would be the one getting penetrated. It's that bad.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
And that's a good thing? Ooh woo.
Hang on, we got Shakespeare over here.
Oh shit.
Oh God, the pressure. God. Oh,
Don't
God.
fuck it up.
Oh,
You
Don't.
fuck it up, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah. Ooh, you were pointing at you too. There's a lot.
Hold on,
lying
I have 100 characters. Give me a second. It's gonna take a minute to tell you.
God
I
damn,
only
you
know
don't
so
have to
many
use
words.
all
I
100.
only know so many words.
Ooh, the suspense is building up, which means it's got to be more impressive by the second.
This is reminding me of how hyped I was for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, is this going to be a Cyberpunk 2077 release?
How dare you even equate this to Cyberpunk? First of all, this is a masterpiece.
I'll have you
I am the
know.
mastermind of this new generation.
I'll have you know, whoever made Judy Alvarez is a mastermind.
I'm gonna be even better.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly. I have to make the most of my character limit.
It's so much.
No. Again, masterpiece. It takes time. Hey,
It just
don't
says
be
big
gay.
old bitties.
Yeah, that was my old message.
It just says big old bitties.
That was my old message. Leave me alone. That's the dedication page.
Hang on, I need a
Hold
screen.
on,
I
hold your
need to
horses.
screenshot this.
The concept that she's over here writing for 5 minutes, it just says big old bitties.
This is my
That
dedication
would be worth
page.
it.
Okay.
Thank you,
hold on,
Laura.
I'm still getting through my dedication page in honor of Michael Bees. Okay, now we're moving on.
It's one sign, not a book.
Listen, it's a big one. Okay, if a professor gave you an index card as your little cheat sheet for a test, would you fill it up with the tiniest of text in the world? Give me space! You're breathing down my neck! Thank you.
See, this is why you practice magic. That way you can have extra index cards.
Well, this one's just reusable. It's more environmentally friendly. Like a whiteboard, if you will. Wow. Copyright strike, first of all. How dare.
Didn't
What
take
in the
that long to type
generic?
it.
What in the generic off-brand? Wow. How dare.
Are we there yet?
Oh,
Are we there yet?
no, she's... No.
So go it. Give me time. Are you carrying a staff? What the fuck is that? Hello? Most of your face is blocked by my card, so I can't even tell what the upper half of your body looks like right now.
What the fuck are you playing? You know? I agree.
Alright, I have the first one.
Alright, let's see. Let's see.
Hold on.
According
I'm
to-
stuck.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Can we ban
We're
her?
going to the next part.
There are
Not
multiple
done.
cards?
Yeah, that's a sideshow. Okay, there we go. The true fans will know what it's about. Ah! What the fuck? Hello? It took my card. Give me a second.
Sometimes while you're typing, you start doing emotes. That's what was happening to me, and they were like, "What are you playing?" And I was like, "I'm typing. I don't know."
God damn it! It keeps taking. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna. It was the B movie script.
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
God, why can't I get out of this? Hold on.
That's why you're banned.
You know what? I'm gonna skip to the very ending.
Ooh.
Alright, you fucking redeem. This is fucking classic. This?
Thank you.
You could be the next
I think
director.
I'm going. Thank you. Scene.
What I want to know is why did it take you that long to write just that?
Oh, I did it for the longest time. The original plan was for like somebody to come in and both of you guys to get distracted and be like, "Oh God, missed it." Oh, I don't know what to tell you. But it was a little bit longer than expected. I couldn't keep my audience waiting that long. I have fans, you know.
It's true. After all, I am very happy that we waited for this.
Thank you.
And how do you feel about that?
This is peak.
Right, let me get to the very end so you can see the mirror. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Just a few people hanging around.
Chilling.
Doing,
Hold on.
Doing dude things.
How do you stay in emote while walking?
Oh.
You do the little tilde thing. There's the selection to the right with a bunch of checkboxes, and one of them is move while emoting.
Oh, this is peak. I'm gonna go into a game like this. This is how I'm gonna move around.
Yeah. Don't worry, nothing will attack me. I'm just a dude.
I'm literally Markiplier maxing right now. Nobody's more Markiplier than me right now.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, Markiplier! I'm such a big fan. Can you sign something for me? Hold on. Hold on. Here you go. Please sign this.
Ta-da!
Damn it! Every time.
All right.
And done. Oh, it's gone.
It's gone. Relatable. Turn the fuck
Whoa.
around.
Well, there we go. I could see me on the camera. You're making a film.
I'm not in first person.
She's back at it in the corner again.
Leave me alone. I'm making a milkshake. Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm
if Lily
sad
saw,
in the
but
corner.
my canister's a Horizon milk bottle.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jack. I don't know how to get out of third person. The reason I'm stuck like this is because
No.
yeah,
I'm gonna lie to you, man. Perfect.
Yeah.
it's like when your parents say, "Oh, don't make that face. You're gonna get stuck in it." That was me. I got stuck as Markiplier.
You know, honestly, not a terrible thing to do. Air traffic control person, get back here! Oh my god! Please, please. There we go.
I saw
Right
Mia.
this way, everybody.
I saw
right
Mia.
This way. Right this way.
Mia
that
will be
way,
joining
not
soon.
This way, not that way. No, that
You'll find your fire exits here and here.
and that way. Yo, honestly, if that presentation was done like this, I'd pay attention.
If you've ever gone on a Southwest flight, their presentations can apparently do whatever they want.
Oh my god. Okay, so I was, I think, 10, maybe less, when my dad had me on a flight and we were sitting on the row where the emergency door exit was. And he was like, hey, so you technically have to be 13 to sit in this aisle. So this is your new birthday. And I was like, huh? Are we doing something bad? He's like, no, you'll be fine. And so I practiced that birthday over and over and over in my head, thinking I was going to get on this plane. They didn't get 2 shits. I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, I'm doing something illegal. It's a bad time. We
The
did not
last
have to
Southwest flight.
go up forward, so that's fine. Oh, go
You know, I had something similar.
Oh, wait, had to get ready. Position.
Oh, hold on.
Positions.
Put on the minion outfit.
Hang on, I gotta fix my keybinds.
Hang on.
I don't really, okay, I'm watching Mako screen. I don't like how my hands are up on the monitor.
I don't think your hands are normally up like that.
I forgot how to emote.
feel like
How do
I
I
have
emote?
been.
What's the wheel? What's the wheel button?
Seven. Oh, the two day. Or if you just want to throw it back 7. There we go.
Alright, there we go.
Or you can hit. Oh.
I don't remember how to emote now.
7. Hit the number.
Oh,
The
it's the grave.
numbers.
It's
The
grave.
number buttons. Our grave.
Hell yeah. Exactly the music I need for this.
Friendship always wins, chat. One of us.
Today is the day that I saw God, and I was afraid.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Good. Because my head isn't bouncing. And I thought,
Wait, hold on. Mako, get over here real quick.
Lily, do the thing, or I'll kill you.
I'm scared.
Oh, hello?
Don't be scared of the
That
Ruskies.
Sorry, what? Oh, I can't sync with you right now. Oh, that's funny.
Alright. Alright, I gotta be Luigi.
No, you have to
As
be a
God
minion.
intended.
You have to be a minion.
Fuck minions, I wanna be Luigi.
He could be whatever he wants to be.
She.
Gee.
Yeah,
She could be everything she wants to be.
and I wanna be Luigi. Because Luigi is superior. Fuck you, Mario.
There you go.
I'd watch.
Fuck you,
I don't want
Mario.
to be Mario either, but I don't
Be
think
a
I can
minion.
afford the things I want.
Be a minion. Be a minion.
Mako, how dare you say
Be
that?
a minion.
I apologize right
Be
now.
a minion. Be a minion.
You know,
Wait, I
Be
could be
a
the
minion.
Doom Slayer? Hold on. Wait.
I'm the Doom Slayer. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No,
The
get
dudes
out,
are
get
the
out.
assless chaps.
There's only room for one bitch with nerd glasses, cat ears, and a Doom Slayer outfit. Only I have a gun and you don't.
That is a good argument.
Wait, you have Mountain Dew Cold Red as your backpack.
Really?
See? Look. Look at me.
Why do I get the flavor?
The worst flavor. Yeah,
Damn.
fair. Yeah, she's not wrong.
Yeah. I like the blue one.
Voltage. I
Because
get
it
it.
tastes like battery acid.
Livewire was probably the worst
Mario,
flavor.
why do you have a hard hat? You're not a construction worker.
Because I'm alive.
Alright, fair enough.
My
Mario
favorite-
Maker looking head ass.
All right, my favorite's a little bit of a weird one. I like the whiteout Mountain Dew. Is that okay?
I'm about to white out after just hearing
This
that. Oh my
sounds
god. What a
Hey
face.
yo, so true.
Okay. Everybody's opinion on the worst flavor.
Livewire.
Original.
Really? I
Code
like
Red.
Livewire. Wait, hold on before we go. Shouldn't we order flashlights or something?
No, fuck you.
Why would we?
Flashlights when you have
Yeah.
friendship.
Does this seem like a place of nerds to you?
Oh, I jumped up.
It's this one!
Okay, I ordered flashlights.
Nerd.
Oh, we're on off.
I'm following you, Mia.
I will kill you. I'm gonna wait for flashlights because I like being able to see.
Okay, fair. I'm
There are
following
two
you.
kinds of flashlights.
There's me, and then there's the kind that gives light. Oh, flashlight. Okay.
Oh, man. There's green ones and yellow ones. Yellow ones have a little bit of weight to them, but are much better. They last the whole time. And then green ones, they show less light and they die quickly, but they don't weigh anything. There we go. Perfect.
She's gone. She's gone. Oh no. I lost her. I lost her. Somebody help me. I lost my platonic wife. What do I do? What do I do? My spacebar's sticky. Fuck. How could I have done this? What is that? Damn it. Oh no, am I gonna get stuck? Am I gonna get stuck? I can't believe this. I'm so fucking sad. This is actually horrible. How bad am I at this game?
Lily! Hi, you gotta make the jump.
I know! I tried 4 times!
Alright, come on.
You could have also swing around.
Nah,
Never mind.
Yay!
Is that a whiskey
I have my
box?
platonic
Oh,
wife
it's
back.
canteen.
Yay! I'm so happy. Come. Hello. Hi.
Where?
Hello.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah!
Oh
That's
my
my wife. The bracket.
Is it Bracken?
Yeah! You know what those are?
I'm gonna act like I'm dead.
Lily!
Hello.
Stop getting lost.
Damn, I wanted to try to trick her into thinking I was a
There's a
mimic.
bracken in there. There he is. I love him. He's so cool. I heard a mimic.
What?
Hello? Ah, hello? I thought you were a mimic.
Nothing
Bracken
here.
upstairs.
Ah, sweet. I love Brackens. Wait. Bracken.
Don't. Went left.
I sent Captain Oak an invitation yesterday for cheese.
Ooh. That's a mimic. That's a mimic. That's a mimic.
His ass!
I'm about to die.
Oh,
All right,
thank you.
cool. Yeah, we got shit, mama.
I sent Captain Oak an invitation yesterday for
Everybody get out of here. Everybody run. Everybody evacuate right.
Fire escape here, fire escape here. I think I just left them to die. I feel horrible. How could I have done this? My friends. My wife. Hello? 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 Guess I just have to try to make my way back. That's not gonna go well, is it? Hi. Hello.
Hi. Where are you?
Say spoon.
Yeah, you can just jump down. It's fine.
Say spoon.
You can just jump down.
Say spoon.
Spoon. Jump down. Well, now you have to come up with a new code word because now the mimics could say spoon.
Yeah, no
They
matter what
fuck.
you say, the mimic's gonna say.
Say fuck.
Fuck.
Say fuck. Say fuck.
Jumble, he's not a mimic, idiot.
Yeah, mimics can't have bats.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Where'd that baboon
There
hawk
was
go?
a baby in there, so I left.
Yeah, I left through the fire escape.
Nice. Thank you for closing the door.
I got you.
However, there was
So
a baby
rude.
downstairs, so we left.
Well, baby's disgusting.
We don't like
I hate
babies.
children. They're so scary. I heard it crying and I immediately bolted. I was horrified.
Ooh, Mako found the baboon hawk, and the baboon hawk has a couple things with it.
Oh shit! I gotta help. Where? Where's the arrow? Where's the arrow? Arrow.
Great. Oh. That thing's
Nighttime, but I'm gonna help.
He's far more
Oh, is
competent
that a
than I am
dog?
at like
Oh,
everything.
that's a dog. Wait, it's a dog. It's a dog, not a baboon hawk. The item, the things
Dog!
on the ground were
Dog!
baboon hawks.
Dog! It's a dog! Wait, it's a dog!
Shut up! I saw items over there. Don't we want to get those?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
There's a dog over there, it's scary.
Yeah, I thought it was a baboon hawk, but then I saw you moving real slow, and I was like, oh, it was crouching. Wait a minute, that's not a baboon hawk.
I was trying to warn
To be fair,
Mia.
Yeah.
Was it guarding, like, baboon hawk bodies?
I don't know if it was guarding baboon hawk bodies. It was just chilling out, and then I wanted to feel alive, so I was like, hey. And then I ran.
Well, there's a couple of items that were over there, so I assume...
That must be the baboon hawks. I'll go. Ta-da!
Okay. Yo, Mia's handling that dog like a champ.
Yeah, this is why she's good at games and I'm not.
I'm down for it. You're trying to get past it.
See, he failed to tell me where the items actually were. He didn't tell me where the items were.
Where's the dog? Oh, there's the dog. Oh, that's a Mako. Oh god, I have to walk at a funky angle.
Oh, hey.
He went that way.
Oh.
This whole corpse is only 105 pounds. Jeez.
Still in that little crevice, I think.
How is this entire motherfucker lighter than me? What the hell? Jesus.
Suddenly.
It's pretty funny. That's a lot of money.
In the distance, I just hear, "Hey, I'm done." You.
Dogs and baboon hogs will fight.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's
they
why I was like,
aggro each
ooh.
So,
Oh,
free
what
loot.
the fuck? Hello?
Did you just
I don't know. What happened to it?
make the other one disappear?
I guess. I got that magic touch, apparently. What in the world?
He's in the floor.
Hmm.
He's under the ship.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
I'm
it's in
gonna
a safe
stop
location
touching
then.
things.
I ordered 2 flashlights of each kind, by the by.
Alright.
Charge.
We also
Hold
have
on,
a
before we
lady.
go to the next one. Bring in potatoes.
Alright, so we can head to ass. Yeah, do you guys want to go to
Potato
ass or
time.
experimentation?
Oh, I was gonna try to answer it under her, but
Alright, let's go to ass.
We're bringing somebody in.
Wait.
We're bringing somebody in, we said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Mia just shifted the plane.
Okay, yeah.
Not the
Oh, perfect. I thought we were already landing. I was like, oh.
Nah, just shifted it.
Hey-o.
Potato!
Hi. Hello. Hi. Yo. Hi.
Hi.
Hi!
It always changes my my mic thing.
Skill issue.
Help. 100%. Don't know what I'm doing.
Potato.
Mia, keep going. Do it again. We must do it.
Yeah! What's the light switch, by the way?
It's hidden.
It's behind the thing, isn't it?
Nope. Jax, you should turn around. There's something happening.
No, no,
Also,
no, we
lights
lost
off
our
our
idol.
show.
No.
Check, begin the clapping.
What's happening?
Which one?
You're
Which
witnessing
one?
peak.
There we go.
Oh.
That's what's happening. Peak is happening. Are you prepared? Are you ready to do what you must?
Alright, ready for the great.
Is this Helldivers?
Yes.
They might as well go at this
Oh.
point.
It's better.
Better because there's capitalism.
Very well.
Hell yeah.
Very much
Isn't
captain.
it-
Capitalism.
like, the whole thing at Helldivers is capital.
Ashes. Alright, welcome to Ass. This is my favorite map.
Really?
Ooh, this is the one I got yanked off the ladder by the fox.
Martyr Assurance is my favorite. Hey, there's the dead.
As being Mia's favorite map actually explains a lot about our relationship.
What? Why? Okay. Sure.
I have a lot of hand marks. Some of which are permanent now.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the ladder.
Nice ass, homie. You've got a good fragrance.
Thanks. Now you gotta make this jump.
Oh no. I
After
don't
you.
do jumps very well.
Now watch
I
somebody
did.
completely fail.
You
did it.
Oh, I almost
There's a
fell.
nutcracker and fire exit, you say?
There's a nutcracker. Oh, God,
A bat?
I feel like,
buddy.
yeah, you know what? I believe in you.
I don't have nuts, so I'm
Why
good.
not?
See, I don't
You only
have
get one of us at a time.
nuts, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta open this door. Give me a second. How do I
Yeah.
use... There it is.
Lake key.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ash, my favorite map.
That's a mimic. I just did that. Oh my god, I just did that. I just got them killed. Oh god, I got them killed. I'm so stupid. I didn't realize it had activated on sound cue. Alright, there's gotta be another entrance in here, right? There's gotta be another entrance here. Oh, hi. Hello? There was near activity detected there. Alright, this is a lost cause. Lost cause, lost cause. We are returning back to base. Nuh-uh. No, ma'am. Nope. We are not doing this. I think everybody's dead.
Oh, Godspeed. Yeah, Potato and Mako are.
Yeah, I got them killed.
No, that's okay. That is lovely. That is. We can open it.
Hi, hello.
We're good,
Fuck,
we're good.
spoon, shit, piss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
I
he said
heard a
we're good,
voice.
Hi.
I could go back and get the stuff. I know how to navigate around nutcrackers.
They're right in front of the
Feel
door.
free.
They're both right in front of the door,
Yeah.
by the way, so.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
that's what
they-
I mean. I'm gonna
yeah.
go get it.
They
Okay.
got the shit kicked out of them.
Well,
It was-
nutcrackers won't shoot you if you stand still.
It was
Yeah,
my
when
fault.
they pop their head open, you have to stand completely still, and they can't see you.
Yeah.
Alright, wish me luck.
Bye-bye.
Godspeed, soldier. So if I didn't mean to
I
put
will-
that in my
Be
inventory.
sure to watch me on the cams.
I will miss you,
I
wife.
don't remember where the fire escape is, though.
It's pretty much directly straight. It's easier to get to than the actual entryway. I should probably guide her, actually.
Uh-oh.
Um,
The baboon hawk, maybe.
Baboon Hawk.
Yeah.
Do we have a weapon?
Oh,
Mako had the bat.
We don't have a weapon.
Yeah, not it.
fuck. I need that.
Yeah, this might be out.
I mean, we got plenty of stuff.
I don't remember where the thing is. I need someone to point it out.
You're good. The
Do we
ladder
know?
is right through that little crevice over here.
Yep.
This
You
way.
can climb that, hop on the pipe, and go right. That's the fire exit.
I'm so glad somebody here
Also,
has
be
some.
warned, there is a mimic somewhere.
I know. The
Oh.
reason I got them killed was because I called it out.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, the mimic's at fire. Oh no, Mia doesn't know.
Yeah, that's what I said multiple times. That I
Oh,
heard
I'm
the
so
mimic
sorry.
and I got them killed. Because as soon as I heard the mimic, our screen went, did the flash thing. So
Yeah.
I jumped up and ran, and then the Nutcracker immediately sprung its head up. Right next to Mako.
Oh no.
So I don't know if it was the mimic or the, Nutcracker that killed him, but it was
Oh,
definitely
no, it was
the...
for sure the Nutcracker.
Yeah, but definitely the mimic saw us. Because it was talking in Mia's voice, and I knew Mia wasn't anywhere nearby at the time.
Oh, Mia just made it in.
Oh
Mia,
boy.
please.
Well, at least she'll
Mia,
know who it
no.
is.
Mia, no. Wait, no, that's Potato. But that is Mia. Oh, thank God.
At least
They
Mia.
caught it.
At least it was using Mia's voice at the time, so she'll probably be able to make it out.
Perfect. You got this, Mia.
Mimic of him.
Yeah.
I just walked in and I hear him yapping. And then I hear him.
Not the mimic giving himself away from Mia. Yeah.
The thing is, the mimic initially, when I went in there,
Mad about it.
the mimic in there was talking with your voice.
I played it in the thing.
So it scared the fuck out of me because I knew you weren't anywhere nearby. And that's what happened. As I heard you, I was like, oh fuck, it's a mimic. And our screen went black. And then, yeah.
Boo!
I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah, it's not just mimics that can talk, enemies can.
Yeah.
All of them.
But our screen
I
did the
don't love
mimic
that.
thing. Our screen did the mimic thing.
I was waiting for the Nutcracker to stop twisting, and then I was gonna head down and get the stuff.
And the mimic had to go and ruin everything.
Yep.
And somebody decided to move.
Lily's new.
I was like, all right, I'm
bet
getting
it was
close to
you.
this mimic. I was like, I'm getting close.
You're the one with the googly eyes.
This will be easy and safe. And then all of a sudden I watched as the Nutcracker like turned left and then like locked back onto me and went, uh-oh.
I saw the mimic screen effect, and that just immediately made me go, oh, if we don't move, then we're gonna die either way.
Where we go? Oh, we're coming.
Let's go make a deposit. Let's deposit these dead fucks.
Oh, my hands are
We
full.
only need to sell the dead fucks. We can hold on to the stuff just in case.
I can't
no,
feed nothing.
We like money here. We want to sell all of it.
What about the lantern?
You don't buy anything.
Oh,
Oh,
we do.
buy a lot.
What about the
They buy
lantern?
things we don't need as well.
We buy so
Yeah, that's
many
mostly what we buy.
Extra flashies.
things. We live by the law of the land here.
The lantern?
Everything goes.
Do we sell
Just
it?
like
We
real
work to
capitalists.
enjoy the spoils.
I'm selling the lantern. I'm selling the lantern. If nobody talks to me, I'm selling this lantern. This lantern's
Go
gonna be
for it.
sold. Fuck you.
Oh, and plushies don't get sold. Forgot about the plushies.
Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
I am scared.
Well, pissed off Jeb. Uh-oh.
I like death.
Great news, guys. I found the light.
He didn't take the stuff.
No.
Weird thing is it's covered in blood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lily! Who got Lily killed?
Starts with the
Lily get themselves
and
killed.
ends in a korg.
Alright, Mako.
What's up?
Your
Yes,
favorite's
yes,
coming.
yeah, woo!
Who
Alright.
killed Lily?
Lily killed Lily.
Oh.
Some bad news. Not enough money for a teleporter. Good.
I already
Aw.
bought a teleport.
Oh, I'm blind.
dear.
Never
Come
mind.
at.
No, it's okay. I need this thing pointed out to me.
I forgot what I just bought.
This is absolutely pig.
What?
I bought an emote. Ooh.
Brownie
Brownie
was
was
every item in the
nice.
game.
I just don't remember
I bought the
what
bunny suit.
emote it was. Yep,
Like a
okay.
coffee
That was fun.
brownie right now.
Oh, I can look. Ooh. That was it.
I bought the bunny suit, by the way.
They're making me want to alt F4 this bitch.
Amazing.
It makes a hop sound when you jump with it.
I can't believe you, Pandy.
Want some glow?
I can't believe you.
We should get more
Why would you do
flashlights.
this? I hope you're enjoying
How many would you like?
your Netflix special. You
get
bastard.
get 3 regulars and 1 more pro.
Oh no, what are you doing out there?
So,
Nothing, don't worry
I
about it.
think
Nothing,
Lily
nothing
got
at
a
all.
flashlight.
Oh, I took her flashlight.
Oh, okay. You bought a cruiser?
That's an important
Wait for
item.
this to go down the drain.
we got
No,
stories coming.
you don't
Just
understand
don't
how
stand
well I can use
behind
that.
it when you're on a hill.
I
Yeah.
understand how well you can blow up
We
3 of
go
your
dog
teammates.
hunting on Peter a lot.
You don't
You
understand
definitely
how
ran
well
me
I can
over.
use it. Yeah.
Hi, Pandy.
deadly.
Hi.
Ooh, mama. Ooh, mama.
Go.
Alright.
Ooh, mama.
Hello.
Ooh, mama.
Is he okay?
So, did you order anything?
Yeah, it's coming. I summon thee. Where is
Spray
paint?
paint!
Not spray paint.
Are you? How are you, by the way,
I
Pandy?
gotta
Enjoying
do
the
the
special?
thing. Oh, you have the
Any
better
interesting
spray
things happen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love spray paint. I hate flashlights.
Better spray. What is that?
It's
How do I
infinite
change
spray.
colors? I forget.
I never figured out how to work with the different colors, so Godspeed.
Oh, it's T. I got it.
How do I turn on my flashlight?
F.
F. That makes sense.
But we are also officially out of money. Well, we have like maybe
What?
$40 currently.
How could this have happened to us?
I have
We
marked
have
the
bad
ship. Who
spin
wants their turn?
habits. Ooh, me.
Your turn.
Oh,
You can press T to change colors, but it'll put up your chat too.
oh. Yeah.
I put my
How do
watermark
I
on it.
Green. What do
I
I
want
also
to
feel really bad
change
for
that.
Lily. Lily got killed early. What the fuck?
How can I make it smaller and not
Scroll. You have to, press right alt to toggle, and then with scroll wheel you can make it bigger or smaller.
Ah, F.
Oh, I keep shifting to my key.
It's a party.
Oh well.
I really hope
This is
no
why I
one has
wanna turn up the
epilepsy.
lights.
Hiya.
That's not a cock
It's
and
a
balls.
buddy!
A boonie.
It's a little guy! It's a puppy! It's a puppy.
I love how it looks like it's shooting out of your crotch.
Oh, thank
yeah.
you. It's a talent.
Oh, that's cool. It looks like it glows.
There you
I
go.
like it. I
For the
like
next
it.
user.
How dare you turn the lights back on?
Let's see.
Charging up the bunny.
Alright, we're ready to go.
Wait, where's Potato?
Yeah. Right here.
Ah, there you are. Oh, different skin. I'm so used to you
We're
being my twin.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where's Lily?
I guess it could be the
Lily's
died.
dead.
the dark skeleton.
Lily's been
wanna
dead
leave,
for a
so
long
like,
time.
Lily, no.
Yeah, she.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Lily got didded by Jeb.
Oh, hold on.
Is everyone on?
Hold on. No, hold on.
Everyone
hold
but
on.
Lily.
Hold on. I gotta go join Lily. Bye.
What?
Oh,
No!
okay.
Alright. Well, very well. Time to
I
fly.
didn't want you to be
all
alone.
the money we didn't have.
Hi.
That'll be alright.
I
Hello.
was like, yeah, we got
Darn.
$14.
I just really like tentacle monsters,
I'm
okay?
ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Listen, I get it.
Let's go.
I get it. It's tempting.
More than tempting, I gave in.
Boop.
That was a primordial calling.
I've decided.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, I saw a
we weren't
tentacle
talking about
monster.
anything at all.
I saw a tentacle monster and I couldn't
Uh-huh.
resist.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overtime bonus.
Woo!
Let's see.
This whole time I never knew there were other emotes.
Oh, shit.
I'm proud of you.
Like
Oh, no,
of
those
the
are
game.
more recent.
Oh.
That's more recent
Excuse
than
me.
the mod pack.
Got it.
I'd like to paint something.
Ah, yes. Go ahead.
Oh, the twerk is. Oh, yes. Let's go.
Do you like my ass, homie? I made it specially.
Yeah, it's pretty
especially
nice.
fun. The front of you says out of
Way
There we go. Little buddy.
Yeah. Starting with Slayer with
I drew a little
the
buddy.
assless chaps.
The little buddy.
Can I draw
Aw.
something?
Hold on.
Can I draw-
Hold on,
Hey,
friend.
stop moving me.
Get my key back.
Oh.
Alright.
Aw,
Naming
that's
him.
what it
Wood,
was.
wood.
If you give him a little construction hat, it's gonna be Mako.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Give me a little construction hat.
I believe in you. You got this.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's yellow and everything.
That's beautiful.
There we
Beautiful.
go.
Oh my
Work
god!
of art,
after
truly.
After every trip, we can add another one of us on there. We have a family portrait.
I'll be the
Are
artist.
successful.
Amazing.
Wait, hold on.
After
'cause
every
we've
successful
had 2
run.
quotas, so I'm just gonna draw myself as best I can. Hold on.
Godspeed.
Alright, where should I put myself? I'm gonna put myself down here.
Okay.
You can put me on the floor when we draw me. Peek, peek, peek,
Ooh.
peek, peek.
Hold on.
There we go. Perfect.
Absolutely peek.
I'm a master.
Woo.
She's an artist. A peak artist.
Yeah, I usually
Hey,
do the C,
chicks.
but I felt like
What happened?
appropriate right now.
What's going on? What's
Oh, you
happening?
double middle finger?
You know I hate adamants.
What do you mean? What happened?
This is the worst because it's called the
Whoa.
old bird, so you can't get the thing.
What?
I hate adamants.
Wrong
Old bird? Really? Ever have an old bird?
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
did.
Wait, how do you do both of them?
Oh,
Press
you
it
hit
again.
Twice.
Yeah. You gotta pull up both of your hands, silly.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at this.
So hit 3 twice.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh wow! I can't believe I got all this attention.
It's your googly eyes.
Uh. You are in the position I've dreamed of for years.
Wait, what button is that? What button is that?
It's 0. And you could type.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mako, twerk again, real quick.
Oh. Yeah, of course. I'm just an
Alright,
object.
Here you go. Here you go.
Oh hell yeah! Nice.
This is the only dollar bill I got.
$1 bill, yo.
Oh, it cancels when I move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll do. You know, just for you, buddy. Just for you. I'll do a big spender.
Whoa!
Big
You're
spender.
definitely getting a lap dance in the back. Which means
No,
we're gonna fuck.
Listen, no, we're good. Well, I just want to pay your way through college.
Oh, thanks.
We don't do student debt here. Got you, fam.
Hell yeah.
It's crit-based your test.
Fitness gram
everybody
pacing
line
test
up.
is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test. The slowly
Did you see how fast Mia wrote that?
Yes.
Opposed to somebody else?
Excuse me, I
Fuck
took
you.
time.
Fuck you.
Mako, what are you doing? Mako, no, Mako, I will twerk in your face, Mako.
That's not even a threat.
Stop.
Keep yourself very safe.
I have no
Fine.
idea if you had actually blocked me in there.
Welcome to Good Burger. Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Burger, can I take your order?
I'm a dude. You're a dude. We're a dude. Because we're all dudes.
Wow. Wait, we have a teleporter. I can do this. Oh,
It's not
I
an
can
inverse
do this.
teleporter.
Not an inverse.
I didn't buy that one because I'm not lobotomized.
I love the inverse.
It's the funniest thing in the game.
Yeah.
You know the tech where you
Open
teleport
the
someone
locker.
in and then teleport them into the facility?
Yes. Yeah. Wait for them to get in a spot and then you teleport and inverse them. It's the best.
Yeah, you press it one after another.
Yep.
I'm
Fine.
your lethal expert, by the way. I have like 1,400 hours in this game. I don't have a life.
We know.
What's this?
Oh, we're back in Silent Hill.
What's this Outlast shit?
It looks like fucking. It looks like the asylum from Dead by Daylight. Like that beginning
Oh,
room.
I found a brick. Hold on. Give me the brick.
Stonewall.
Wait, I can throw it.
Hell
You can throw
yeah.
the brick. Wait, catch.
That actually
What about a
dealt
baseball
damage.
bat?
That's actually damage, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, be sure to use your scanner often. It'll help you see items.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Good girl.
What's up? Later, probably, because I'm done. I forgot I was streaming. Also, guys. This place is terrifying, by the way.
I hear a slime downstairs.
Yeah. This place spawns a lot of enemies, I think.
But it's huge.
You know,
I
since
hear
I can...
myself.
Me too.
Okay.
I almost threw a brick at you.
That's not very nice of you.
Yeah, he's trying to be a mimic. He's trying to look like one. You can tell he's not because of the flashlight on his shoulder.
Correct.
I forgot I had a flashlight. I don't need that. I'll take it off.
Feel free to give it to me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Careful with the map.
Hold on. Let me figure out how to.
Hold Alt. Yeah. Then G.
There you go. Yoom.
Wait up.
I knew it was you. Your name.
Well, also because I came in and said hello. Nothing up here.
I don't like that the stairs have a different walkie.
What?
Wait, where'd you guys go?
Right here.
Oh. I thought you guys just faced the wall.
What guy's facing the wall?
Alright, my flashlight's half dead. Snare flake! Look up.
Don't touch it.
Lily, walk towards it, get it out so I can kill it.
Walk over to it so I
Closer.
can... Oh, it's cute though.
Stupid bitch!
It's cute though.
Alright.
It's a cutie.
You can have it if you want.
It's so cute. You're my friend now.
Oh yeah, we can loot bombs.
Yes.
We can loot stuff we kill.
Yeah. I have it.
Alright, we need to find the way out of here.
Oh.
Oh, I
dude,
remember.
I'm almost full.
Places
Want my
were-
lights off?
I mean, I came into the fire exit and then I went up 2 flights of stairs.
This isn't you.
Yeah, nothing really ever spawns in here from what I noticed.
Oh no, this is the way we came.
You think? Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Because of this big area. Resident Evil ass fucking hospital.
It genuinely looks like the asylum from Dead by Daylight.
You ever play The Evil Within?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, also that. It also looks like that.
Are you thinking 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴���?
Yes.
The video?
Yes. That room back there especially looks like the lobby area that leads to one of the exit gates.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything in here, so I think we should get out of here.
Yeah. Agreed.
Hey, what's up? No, that's not nice.
You want to see my
I
friend?
have a shovel and I have a bat and you don't. I'll kill you.
You want to see my friend?
Yeah, of course. That's nice.
This is Todd.
Whoa. Todd?
Hi.
I'm developing paranoid schizophrenia. We need to go.
It's all good.
Fucking hell. Why?
You
'Cause
just got that look
startled
about
me.
you.
You keep doing it.
How? What did I do on that one? I didn't do anything.
Hey Shadow, how's it going? How are you today? How are you tonight? How have you been? Doing anything new or special? Hi. Oh no. Hi.
Bing bong, bing
I
bong.
found a baseball bat.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
What's the exit on this map?
It's
I feel
down.
like that little ravine.
Yeah, the.
Come on.
5. Do we really?
Oh my god, this is so cute! What is this? What is this creature?
Yeah, I didn't go through main.
What
I
is
went
this?
through
Oh, that's
fire
one of the monster plushies.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
That is a bumper.
Yeah, we try to keep a collection.
Cute big boxes
Squeak,
of
squeak,
Amazon
squeak.
junk.
Why is it?
It
making
is
the
Christmas
Minecraft
season.
squeak?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Except for the spider noise in this game.
The speeder. Yeah, but
Squeak, 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 squeakers squeaking.
Alrighty, well, we had a good haul, everybody. Good first haul. Let me do
this thing has.
Come on, vomit.
Alright.
Everybody, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not
only
trapped
7
in here
now,
with
yeah.
you. You're trapped in here with me.
RPG. Oh, I'm playing the victim.
No, you got rid of my
so
friend.
dead.
You got rid of my friend.
Oh my
Why would you do that?
You got game. Hey,
XD.
Your friend's right there.
Also, chat, I found
you
a
got
brick.
games on your phone?
I found a brick.
No.
I tried.
Hey,
I
don't
tried to
talk
throw the
kids that
brick
way.
at Mia. I tried to stonewall Mia. It
It
didn't
looked
work.
like you guys were holding hands.
No, that would be very lewd. We
Holding
don't do
middle
that here.
fingers.
Before we go, can I actually get some sweet tea?
Yo, go for it.
Sweet tea?
Yo,
Go.
Thanks, bestie.
Mako,
You got it.
Mako. Look,
Yes.
look. Look at this giant Pez.
Oh my
Wow,
god,
it's
you're
gonna take
right.
a
Really is a
3D
giant Pez.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Pez candy?
11.
I've never tried. I
Alright.
just chew on them.
Let's see it. Damn, this? You're gonna chew on this? You're gonna break it.
Yeah.
I love chewing on bricks.
That's like a brick, yeah.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Give you.
I can attest. She tried to chew on me once.
Damn. Crunchy.
No, I kind of have the texture of a mushroom.
Oh,
Squeaky.
squeaky. Yeah. Squeaky
Just like a
mushrooms.
cheese curd.
Hell yeah.
As Potato runs around celebrating. Yeah!
I've got a jar of dirt.
I've got a jar of dirt and this is being thrown everywhere.
Alright, sweet tea acquired.
Oh,
Yay.
Jill.
I also have fun. Yeah, fuck it.
Hell yeah.
I love that entry. Ah, fuck it.
Fuck it. Like how it looks like this.
I've got my cabbage ready. Start your cheering.
Alright, chat, I'm about to whip out the funkiest moves I got.
This is absolutely peak.
Who knew all this game needed was Fortnite emotes?
Yeah. Man, this game is good, but if only there was more. The emotes, yeah, Fortnite emotes, perfect.
This game is
Potato
literally
and
just
I
built
are
for
making
Fortnite.
butter.
This is absolutely
happening?
peak. This is absolutely.
We're
What is
degrading.
happening is the better question.
Wait, hold on. Everybody stop. I think I got the best emote in the game.
Stopping.
Yeah!
Oh, hell
Yep.
yeah. Alright.
I've never felt more alive. Never in my life have I felt so low.
He's playing Dark Souls with the boys.
This is so stupid. I got stuck. Oh no. Can you really? You can.
I feel like I'm playing a game of Snake.
We are. This is the worst snake I've ever seen in my life.
This snake has died about 15 times.
Let me out. We've got to go into the world.
Yeah. We need to unleash.
Oh my god, imagine this coming back here.
By the way, this emote is called Backface. Get your screenshot.
This is absolute peak.
It's the greatest game ever invented.
This is what they
We're ready for the world.
Change
We have to exit the ship like this every time now.
Okay, hold on. I'll get it. I got it.
So worth $200. Alright, Autobots, roll out. I don't know what map we're on. Oh, March!
Oh god, March. Somebody fly past me.
This is the absolute peak, doll. This is the absolute peak. This is the absolute peak.
Research is so powerful. Oh, hey,
The
I've
bad thing is I've lost the music.
I don't think I've ever not seen a bad podcast on any.
This is honestly the best. Hi, doll. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, there's a reason why I'm so slow. I still have Toby with me. Have you ever played Lethal Company, doll? I feel like you would be very fun to play this game with.
What's that number? Is that I1? Yeah, that's I1. Yes, Lord. Cthulhu, there we go.
You've never played this game? Yeah, it's very fun. The basic premise is essentially you go from world to world and you had to, basically you have to salvage items in order to meet a profit quota. So each item has like a determined value to it. And you have to meet a certain total value in order to succeed. Or the company fires you by ejecting you into space. Enjoy! Dream sweet, yeah? Thanks for dropping by.
Perfect. I have a shovel. I can pick one more thing up.
I have just the shovel right now, so. Worried.
Oh, there's a turret here.
This is back in Big back this
Someone keeps deactivating it for us. I don't want to go this way, I don't want to go that way, I don't want to go that way.
Why don't you want to go that way?
The big vent rooms.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just enjoying the ride. Hey demons, it's me, your girl, Skinny Peanuts.
Anything good?
You tell me.
Cut it out!
No, you're doing a great job.
Cut it out!
I love your vehicles.
See, Mia, I found somebody who loves me for who I really am.
Well, guess what, Lily? Great.
Is this all dead end?
Seems
Ooh,
so.
what's this way?
Oh, I just came from there. Literally nothing
Okay.
there except for this.
You just what from there?
Hi. Yes.
I arrived, I mean.
This is dead.
I love how we run like we're constipated.
I'm trying to think.
I've never paid attention. No, I need to pay attention.
Stuff there. There's a steam leak. It's downstairs. I think this is what we should scavenge for. Let's get it. Move it.
They move in the direction you do. Try to keep a distance from you. Just stare at them and then fuck off. Alright, move it.
Your power.
I need bees. I need to eat some bees.
Eat some bees?
Yeah, I love bees.
Huh.
The bee
I
and
know you
bee
could eat
stand
the
for
bees.
boobs.
One time I saw her unhinge her jaw in front of an oak tree
Real.
and climb it like a grizzly bear. It was fucking atrocious. I haven't been the same since that day. She didn't even chew. She did not chew.
That sounds about right. Mako, what is he doing? What is
He
he
went on a
doing?
hunting mission.
Does he have a shovel?
Nope, he's got the cruiser.
What?
Yes, this is what he does.
Alright, who wants to come with me to the fire exit? I can see it on fire over there.
I'm with you.
Come with
Then
Law.
he's able to get the dog, and dog's good money.
He's got that dog in him.
That's this way.
He's gonna get
Could
that
have been
dog.
me.
You gonna get that dog?
Look at the smoke across the fucking horizon. That's him. I'm so glad that our truck is insured.
I'm gonna go make him kill me.
No.
I'm gonna go make him kill me.
I'll make out with you if you come with me.
Coming.
Good girl.
I really want to die though.
Now what the fuck is this? Bruh. Alright, sucks, we're leaving.
Okie dokie.
Game blows.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
I wanna watch. That doesn't accomplish anything.
Oh my.
Oh, hey, what's
Kill
up?
me. Kill me.
No, it will quickly.
It takes like 2 hits. Why do we have...
Oh.
Just
Mako's getting
I
carried.
hopped in the tree to give you moral support, and then you...
Oh yeah, no,
you
I
killed
saw
me.
it live on screen. So just try to get
Literally
Right
I didn't expect as many as there were.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, not that. I don't want this to burst in blood. There we go.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
He found
She
you.
called him Gross!
I don't think.
I think Lily's dead. Hold on.
Lily, no!
Dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were just in the both of y'all were just in the center of this huge thing of baboon hogs. It's like, what are y'all doing here?
Oh, I was there to kill myself. I wanted
okay, very well.
I wanted to make
All
you kill me.
bodies.
Shame.
Yeah, you can even ask Potato.
Right there.
I came there for you to kill me.
Alright, cozy corner, you guys go.
Aw.
So what do we want to do now?
A proper burial.
We have a bunch of shit.
Yeah, might as well.
I think we have one already.
Probably.
We aren't selling
Never
Toby.
hurts
We
to
have
have a ton of money.
32.
Then we can go to the
7 short.
Ooh, we can go part this. Oh, that'd be great.
What if I killed you? That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Careful. Yeah. 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 I'm in.
Hell yeah.
I charged up on the
Peak. Absolute peak.
You're also just too powerful for me.
Peak.
Oh.
Peak. Peak.
Shut up, Lily, I'll kill you.
Please, mommy.
Oh wait, hold
Oh,
on.
my
We have 2
flashlight.
clown horns. We have 3 clown horns.
I
Chat.
have 3.
Look at the third.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys, you wanna see something funny? You can do it while emoting.
Luckily, we are absolutely regular people. And this is stupid.
I can't wait for one of us to get an air horn.
This is absolutely peak.
Love the chicken.
This is absolute.
I am the single dumbest moron on the planet. You have to get it backwards. Alright. Hey, don't break the horn with you. We need that.
Fine.
Oh, I missed the jump.
Damn. Skill issue.
Damn, that's so mean. I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
I know, the stupid stuff that happens is why I play this game.
Why do you have such a majestic echo?
It is nice. Anytime I hear someone talk out here.
I wish I sounded majestic like that. What the hell? Get wrecked. Skill
Hey,
issue.
make sure
Try.
you make sure you
Fuck!
sprint. Karma.
Oh.
Now watch me fail this jump.
No, you got it.
It wouldn't be the first time. Lamau didn't make it to the ladder. Can't believe it.
Oh.
I thought you were a cool gamer. What the hell?
Get to it, and I think I'm gonna die by a turret. I'm gonna die by a turret is what's happening.
I didn't know.
There's a spider.
Hey, what's up?
There's a spider over there.
I have 2 clown horns.
Did he go upstairs?
What? Yeah. Why do I feel like I just walked into a fucking sitcom set? What's going on here?
Watch yourselves.
I've got a clown horn and a clown horn. Watch out, there's a turret over there. It will shoot you. We should close this door.
Hold on.
Well, we can't go anywhere.
Oh, hey, spider.
I can kill it. I just need you guys to get out of my way. I'm gonna take my flashlight, Kevin. Alright, I'm gonna fight this thing. I'm gonna corral it in there. Got it.
So cute.
There's a thumper.
Okay, let me check on them.
She's dead.
Oh.
She's definitely
Oh,
dead.
wait. Oh no.
Oh my god, she lived!
Don't go in there. Do not go in there. There's a coil head.
Oh boy. We need to find the fire exit. How do you... I want off.
You need to get lower. Just jump,
Why
it
won't it let
doesn't
me
take
off?
damage.
Help.
You won't take
Did anybody
damage.
else- Did he die? He had clown horns on him.
No.
God damn it.
He ran away. He almost died.
No, but there's a coil head in there.
He got bit by the spitter.
Yeah, but he lived. He run out of the building.
Yo, this spider is 69 pounds. Hello? 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 Hi. I have a spider.
I killed a spider followed by a trumpet back to back.
Hi.
Damage.
Listen, team MVP, I nominate you.
I love
I cannot do that. I barely survived a baboon.
By the nose for
Hi.
Yeah, I got
because
you.
it was in a gas leak.
Ooh, oh yeah, I was like, Mako, why are you dancing on top of the turret? Like, it was
Yeah, we couldn't see it, so we couldn't navigate.
He's like, please get behind the door.
We have 5 clown horns.
You know, a record.
No, my record is 11.
Damn, we got a record to beat. All right, we know the goal, everybody. 11 clown horns.
Problem is that they're gonna sell them all. I hoarded them
There
for 2
are
quotas.
2 slimes that are gonna kill them if they walk back inside.
Wow, those are valuable.
Where's the paint can? I want to draw something stupid.
You're gonna draw me?
Put it in my inventory.
Good.
Do I have it? No, I do not.
But I'm very bad at drawing your character.
Sobbing.
Excuse you, you're not bad at anything.
It's
bad
true. She's never been bad at anything.
Mako's coming back with his tippity taps. Potato beat him to the punch, however.
He didn't die.
I'm surprised. There were 2 oozes, by the way. I probably would not recommend going back through the entrance.
Oh yeah, I opened the door and heard the ooze. I'm like, oh.
2 of them. And since
kinda
they
Because I think you
your
guys would
presence-
like to know this. Cruiser is insured. You can get a second one for free.
Yeah, I know.
So you might want to do that while we're here.
Nah, we'll do it at a company. We're about to be a company, and it'll be free there as well.
Oh yeah, fair.
Are you saying that you're scared to navigate on this land?
Fucking give me this cruiser.
Why do I have 10 frames per second
Hold
on
on,
this?
I'm doing
Switch?
you. I'm doing you. Oh,
This
okay,
is insane.
Maybe. Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
Insane fact, by the way. If I stand inside of the cabin, I get 10 frames per second. Hi.
Oh, I'm so. It's probably the shaking of our ass.
Wait, I can paint you
Not your
purple.
frame rate. We're just shaking the shit.
Do it. Do it.
What is happening?
I'm
Oh,
painting
no.
Lily purple.
I want to see.
Where did the cruise go?
Stop moving.
And on top of it.
Paint your ass.
This
All right.
is
look at
why
me.
I play this game.
The woman.
I slaughter.
I love
The
it.
dog,
It's
dog.
so pretty.
Wait, who wants
Oh.
to be painted a color? I can paint you red,
Dog.
purple, yellow, or green.
First try.
Hey, go kill the dog. Go
Okay, where are they?
over there.
To your left. Who wants to get painted?
I do.
Ooh, can you
Color
paint
do you
me a
wanna get painted?
BBL?
What colors do we have?
Red, green, purple, and yellow. Come on top of the ship.
I
Oh,
would
burn,
also
come
like to
in.
be purple.
Feeling my thunder.
Yes.
I can't paint you up here. Come on.
No.
Down here. I can't paint you at all because of your suit.
Aw.
He just
here it is.
exploded.
Alright, alright. That's the first time I actually saw it flying in. I was like, oh.
That missed me by
Aw, man,
inches.
I'm
Still trying to kill the dogs.
Those missed me
You've
by
been
inches.
successful.
He got one.
Yeah.
Whatever that was
Wait, no,
missed
he
me
didn't.
by inches.
Oh.
And he died with a clown horn on him.
Should I go get it?
Go.
They're here.
Alright, so, you guys want to leave?
I just saw you.
Yeah, I painted Lily.
Oh, it's amazing. Are we starting the purple group? You know how there's like a blue name group? We can do purple.
You want me to paint you want me to paint you purple?
Yes. I'm ready.
I can't paint your suit.
Hold on. No, not that one. I don't want that one. This one.
No, I see purple. I see purple.
There we go.
Aw.
My bones are purple because I touched radiation just one too many times.
I'm radiation, by the way.
There we go.
Ah, thank you.
You are now Orpal.
Woo!
It's so funny when your head gets big.
Turn around.
The spray tan
Yeah, I
equivalent.
can't paint you at all.
No.
It's because of the Kirby suit. Oh.
No.
Can't paint. No, I still can't paint you.
I wonder if it's because it's more company and it's like only
Yeah, that might
the
be
first
it.
four
Fuck, I'm so sorry. You could wear the
He's
bunny suit.
okay. He's okay. Bunny.
Wearing the bunny
Ooh.
suit makes you go boing when you jump.
Oh, your ears are purple.
Boing,
I paint. Wait. Your tail's purple for me.
Oh my god, me
Your
too.
ears.
You're. Oh my
Your ears are
god.
purple. Yes, purple, purple, purple.
I painted your ass purple.
I really
Oh,
want.
amazing.
I really want the mod that gives us fucking Butchie the Rock suits, so I can be a character from Butchie the Rock. Cause that shit is funny as hell.
Turn around.
Oh.
Slap that ass.
This is just an excuse, by the way.
You're actually fucking iridescent. So stupid.
All right, we ready, team?
Yeah. Are we getting,
Oh yeah, we should.
Oh, we got Mako's buddy.
Oh well.
Next.
Yeah.
We
he's
got
in
him.
the
We got him.
corner.
We got him.
He's just watching. He was just watching all of that unfold from death.
You're right. Mako's always
Yeah,
with the
this,
ship.
this is his phylactery. He's a lich.
Oh, you right. You right. Or are we all vampires and this ship is our coffin?
Hi.
Nah.
Hello.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hug me. Instead, you just pushed me out of the
Would
way
you like
and
to paint
Welcome back.
shoved your flashlight in the slot.
Yes, of course.
Ah,
Everybody painting the group of purple.
these three were so well put together, and then somebody dropped this one out of order.
All right, turn around.
Bunny.
Perfect. And your hard hat stays yellow.
Perfect. Yes, good.
Okay, I need someone to
That's
paint
not a
me
salute.
purple now.
Sure is.
If
Paint me purple.
hold on, it went into the
let me
thing
get
that I
out of
didn't
the
expect.
Right alt.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Select on the wall.
What is happening?
Yes.
Join us. Join us.
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 Perfect. we reflect purple on the wall. We're so
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you can increase the size of it by pressing plus or minus on your keyboard.
Increase the
Oh, okay.
size.
Damn right.
What are they talking about?
The good life.
It sounded a little sus over there. What, Mako? What are you increasing your size?
Hey.
I'm just
only
saying.
getting the plus here.
I am well aware that Mia is in fact modular, so we should be afraid.
Oh hell! Hold on. Wait.
I'm inside of somebody right now.
I'm also inside of somebody.
Mosh pit, mosh pit, mosh pit. Oh,
Whose
okay.
ass is my clapping?
Honestly, it could be everybody.
You got options.
I only have one sliver of quarter where something's not purple. Every other direction, purple. Oh my god, there's a purple massacre over here. Lord.
Aw.
What the fuck happened back here? Who killed a succubus?
Somebody all on the floor.
It's a fucking massacre!
I killed Barney.
I ate him. We killed Gribish, chat. Shovel. Be sure to save the clown horns, they're important. Okay, I can't see shit.
Oh my god, that spider coming towards me, you made my heart beat for a second.
You see nothing.
I don't.
Someone ring the bell.
You're
I'm gonna
absolutely
go
right.
stupid. Give my paint can back, I wanna do something funny.
I can't believe I got away with that. I drew a dick.
Let's go.
All we have is help.
Okay.
That was Lily, wasn't it?
Probably.
I know, I have that.
Lily just loves Jeb so much.
Yeah.
Hey guys, look at that on the wall!
Oh!
I'm very
Awesome.
funny!
There you go, I have bad news.
What's that?
Very funny, chat.
We cannot afford the cruiser.
Aw.
Maybe. What do you mean?
I've already
Can't
tried to
sell the
order it
clown
and she said I
horns, they're
can't.
too important.
Oh.
Yeah, she keeps saying
Wait, can I buy
can't.
something?
Yeah, go for it.
I think this has to go the opposite way. I think the inverter has to be on bottom.
Are you telling me that an inverse is a bottom?
Yes.
I'm right here.
First of all,
This is what I'm meant to do.
this is why people keep questioning things.
Why? What? What?
This is
What do you mean?
absolutely peak.
Who questions me about anything?
This is the whole finger shit all over it.
Alright, I ordered
What?
a bunch of shit.
The bee
Here's the
suit.
money. I ordered a bunch of stuff, come help me.
Okay.
Come in.
I ordered everything
Yes,
we could
ma'am.
possibly need. Flashlights, walkies, and more functionalists, because I felt like it.
Yay, walkies! I love walkies.
The lovely person who likes to stay in the ship and help everybody out and communicate with the people inside the facility.
Oh, I'm not good at communication.
But you're really good at the ship.
Whoa! We lost somebody, guys.
Yeah, we did. Do we not have a signal translator yet?
No. Oh. I didn't feel it was important. Because who actually cares? We're gonna die.
I love sending cryptic messages.
You're just gonna send something like we.
Oh. What if I'm like, everybody, I love you, be safe.
You guys like
Okay, pick up the
cheeseburgers?
clipboard, that's not fair. Only if they're a good burger.
Only good burger.
going trick or treating?
Hey yo.
Are you guys going trick or treating?
I have a treat for
Are
you
you
right
guys
here.
going trick or treating?
Oh, I thought you were dancing. Oh.
Hey, okay.
Oh. There we go.
Oh, we're keeping the clown horns.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, take it off. Everyone down.
No, don't leave me alone! Don't leave me behind!
Wait.
No!
Hello.
She's safe.
I was gonna do something funny. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys just stand here for a second? I want to do something stupid.
Okay.
Just stand here and just
Lily's
stare
dead.
straight.
Oh, you know what that means. Oh, Alright, Lily, I'm coming for you.
Alright. Oops, I fell off the ship. Oh. Oh. You did what?
Okay. Okay, I almost got really sad. I almost got really sad. I think it's pretty safe for me to leave my,
XD.
She's just somewhere she shouldn't
Same
be.
here.
Where did Mia go?
Drop.
I'm coming.
I don't know where she
There's Mia.
went.
Hi.
An act of God said.
Uh-oh.
Tell you.
You tried.
Did you do the funny thing?
The lethal company god said not today.
Sucks.
Hello.
Back. You're no longer
tried.
purple.
Hello. Hi.
I tried, Lily. I really did.
No, if you had, I would have never forgiven myself. Please.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. I will always sacrifice myself for you.
No! It's not worth it!
This
It
is
is.
next. That'll be my last one.
Oh.
This is okay. Listen.
Don't leave us! We
we're
can't live
both in-
without you!
we're- Wait, hold on. We gotta go talk.
Okay, I'm right here. I'm
Hold
right
on,
here.
hold on. Get real close. Hold on. We gotta. Come on.
Let's talk about in here.
Hey. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You
no,
smell nice.
This is my hidey hole.
This is a secret club meeting real quick. Hey, you're not in the club. You're not in the club. Get out of me! I'm seeing through your eyeballs.
Ooh, ooh.
No. Hurry up!
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Damn it! I trapped myself in my own trap card.
What's going on? What is, what's happening right now?
Oh,
All right. I guess I live
What do
in
you
here
mean?
now.
you can't. We can't move it.
Oh, you could. I can't.
Nah,
How do you?
she's fine.
Bye.
There.
Enjoy yourselves.
But how can you be ship mama if you're stuck in...
Oh, that's an emote wheel? Fuck. Okay. Keybinds. Toggle mute. Or, no, that. There we go. Confirm. There. Boom. Now I don't have to speak. Debug them at all. Oh no.
Alright, we leave her.
Good job.
And she's right next to
Fucking
her.
damn it! No!
I love
How
that one.
could
So
I?
bright.
I'm so fucking
Yeah,
stupid!
it's really cool. We'll be able to tell
God
immediately who's
fucking
mimics and
damn
who
it! I'm gonna go get a fucking milkshake.
Landmine, watch your
Dark.
feet.
I am so goddamn stupid. I can't believe I
There's a
am.
landmine, watch your
I
feet.
can't believe how dumb I am. My
Well,
fucking god.
Gonna have to step on it.
So done with life. Oh my god. I just
You could be like that
give
one
that to
guy.
myself.
I
Fucking
was like, oh
give
yeah,
me
I see it.
shit. Fuck. No, don't.
Looks like.
Oh, this was You said brat what?
Bracken room.
Alright.
Alright, looks like the only way forward is this way. Follow me.
Where's follow me?
Okay.
I'm following.
They go left.
Okay, we're good. We're safe. I almost had a little bit.
Landmine, found it.
There's another one over there.
That does closed for a reason.
There's quite a few landmines
Turret.
around, y'all.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine.
It's nothing.
Big room. Big room.
Facility, let's go.
No.
Found the factory room.
That's a thing.
Sure need some scanners.
Yeah.
Nothing over here.
So far, I've encountered one car battery.
Someone died.
Oh no.
The one that was with us died.
I don't want that piece.
Who was it?
I can't believe it
The
fucking
one that
died.
was with us. Potato.
This is so bullshit.
Oh.
Fell in the goddamn mud.
Potato died,
she-
landmine?
I think she.
Oh, somebody else is dead with me? Hi. Hi, I just got back.
Yeah.
How did you die?
Car battery heavy. Shit, mama. Thank you. Nothing.
How'd you die?
Trying to lock you in!
Yeah, she does that sometimes.
That shit worked.
She typically doesn't open doors whenever she knows there's nothing in there, and then finally she'll open it up and let me get locked in.
There really is nothing here, is there?
Not that door.
How'd Potato die?
Hey, over here.
Oh, I got a suitcase.
Leave it here. Ah.
Potato?
Ah, hey, loot room.
Potato.
Ooh, nice.
Unlucky. On
Potato.
there, please.
Beans.
Hey!
Capitalism of money. Need to
I weigh a lot right now.
Sure. What in the is that? No, I can't get it. No, there's no such thing.
There's another item here if you have room.
Yes.
Good seems yeah. Good.
What are they doing here?
Oh,
Oh, did
goodness.
somebody just die? Oh, that was lag.
I'm kind of banging on the fire exit. We're very deep.
Yeah, because we made some jumps to get here, I think. I mean, we're on March. There's a lot of fire exits. We gotta find one of them.
You are on March. Locked.
Oh, I don't have a key.
Shit. Nothing.
I got a fucking... Oh my god. Red velvet
Flashlight's
cake
low. Can you
milkshake.
try and find a way out quickly.
Oh my god, this is so delicious. Wow. This is some good stuff.
Oh, a yield sign.
Air horn!
Ooh.
I'm starting to think I'm not going to be able to stick around for too
Server.
much longer.
Fire exit!
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Very heavy. Alright, which fire exit we're at?
I don't remember this one.
I do. I just gotta remember how to get back.
Oh, hey, Mr. Lake.
I don't think this is the lake.
No, this is the edge of the map. You're right.
Yeah. But it's through here. It's this way. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see it. Look at us go.
Yeah.
If only Potato died, we would have been able to got everything.
Yeah. If only
Welcome back.
she didn't
We're
die
full.
mysteriously.
We found a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
right.
that's what I thought. So
You want
I was
to
like,
take a
yeah.
second trip and get the stuff we missed?
I mean, we can definitely try.
Y'all were just getting, y'all were stumbling on everything. It was great.
Yeah, we didn't have enough room.
Yeah,
And
I was
I'm
like,
glad
surely they're
someone
full up by now.
Zorley also dead.
Oh, hi, Mako.
Hey,
what
Lily
just
is
happened to
also
you?
dead.
Yeah.
A dog appeared, and even though I didn't say anything, they were talking, and I was in the way of them.
Alright, so I guess we won't be going back together.
I tried to turn around and close the door quickly,
Lily is
but
dead. We could take off.
I did not get it in time.
Did we recall?
Oof. Yeah,
no, I mean like in a
So,
mud puddle, dead.
I got lost.
Oh.
Fell in mud.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Died screaming.
Nice,
Yeah,
yep.
sure, looks
What happened to Potato?
You can try to jump and
It's
go
gone.
back,
very unlucky.
but it's hard.
No. The thing is,
Still, a
I
really
fell off of a
long,
cliff into the mud.
bunch of stuff.
So I was in the center to begin with.
In the center, that's it.
Yep.
You're done.
I got to the very edge, but I couldn't get up and out, so I just
We were
died.
banking on fire exit because my flashlight was genuinely dead by the time we got out.
What happened to Potato? Hi. So I fell in mud.
Potato
Fell in
fell.
the factory room.
Mako, how did you die?
The dog came into the ship and got me.
Nice.
Regular stuff.
Hi.
Potato.
Could you hear me? Could you not hear me?
Huh?
Well, I was dead.
No,
Could
I
you?
was off my mic.
Wow. You left me alone in death. How could you?
I'm so sorry.
I was so
I
lonely.
was like, oh, at
I'm
least
sorry.
Lily has company.
No, I was alone with my
was
milkshake.
mute.
Oh.
I was alone with my
Wait, what?
milkshake.
Milkshake.
Did you hear my?
Huh?
I was like, oh, at least Potato can keep her company.
Lovelies.
Lethal company.
No.
Darlings.
I'm so-
No, the company was fucking dead.
Oh god.
It was.
We could go to experimentation, vow, offense, march, or we could head to Bozo's.
It's valid.
Ooh.
You guys want to go to Bozo's? I love Bozo's.
Yeah, let's go to Bozo's.
Yeah, we got a couple days left. We could
I'm
go
right.
on Bozo's.
I'm right
Never
here.
mind, we can't afford it. I forgot it costs money.
Damn.
The bozo is right
Oh.
here. You don't need bozos when you have me. Hey, Mia, turn around.
Nothing's
Stay
happening.
on March though. What the fuck?
We're serenading you. Are you seduced?
Yeah.
Alright.
Get in the middle. Get in the middle. Get in the middle. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Hey.
great.
This is peak. Hell yeah.
This is the empowering ritual. This is how we charge
I
you
have
up.
20-inch strength now, chat. Let's go.
Oh, and Potato, you
Looking
asked what
back,
kind of
it feels like
milkshake?
making it to level 20 as a berry. It's awesome. Oh, we got a level 20 rogue here. Hold on.
Spin to win! Spin to win!
Wait, hold on. We can...
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip!
Let it rip.
Peak, absolute peak. Oh my god, we actually look synchronized here.
Gang.
Hell yeah.
Spinning.
There's our little Beyblade. letting it rip all over.
Unpurchased item on route.
I have an important mission.
I have a need. Proceed. Proceed.
Perfect.
Oh.
Aww. She's such good hand coordination.
Yeah.
She really is great with her hands.
Okay.
Anything up here? No.
Blue room. Lock room.
Hi.
Fuck blue room.
Fuck you, a river?
I mean, if you want.
Is that what you said? Mia?
Hello.
Lily.
She crashed.
Hello.
Lily, I got you a
Hi.
tasty treat.
Oh?
Aw.
Where? Take me to treat.
Come back into the room. I'll give you a tasty treat. It's on the floor.
You got me dog food.
Nice.
I'm not a puppy girl. What the fuck?
There's a bracket in here, so be careful.
Where is in here?
Mia,
That
I
building.
Oh. Okay.
think Mia might be dead.
There's a bracket in here as well, so be careful.
Look, that's the only way to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to kill the loot bug.
I mean, I can try.
I've got a stop sign. Oh, we can do it together.
Hi.
Brackets to the right.
Mia.
Don't hit the turret.
Lily.
Hi.
Hold on, I
Yeah?
Alright, though.
Somebody call me?
Yeah. Are you okay? You safe? There you are.
I can't pick it up.
Why not?
Yeah, as soon as they die, it's not an immediate. It's a little after.
Yeah. I did get hurt quite a bit.
Oh, these are the bane of my existence.
It's okay. I believe in you.
Oh, don't mess up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just getting back is the fun part.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you got
Ooh, a
this.
door.
We believe in you.
Oh. Well, hello.
Another way.
By the way, I can't see anything.
There's a fire exit.
Ooh, good to know.
Oh no. Yeah, there's 2 turrets down there.
Always knows what direction you're looking. Well, there are turrets here.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of turrets. I've got a lot of stuff on me.
Ooh, a big room.
Nothing there.
Do you wanna leave and drop stuff off?
Yeah, I think I need to do that.
I'll go with you, Mako.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Alright, which exit was this one? Is this Lake? This looks like it's Lake. I mean,
the
it's
fuck?
a little guy. Hell yeah, let's go. Actually, I think I can kill him.
He's
I don't
fucking
know if you can
dead.
pick him up. Yeah.
Cool.
Nope.
You see, the thing that keeps killing me is I keep jumping over the edge here. Like an idiot.
Yeah, it's tempting.
Not even tempting, I just can't control it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
I'm turning off turrets. There's at least 3 of them so far. 2 of them are in that one disaster hallway, and one was where I'm assuming you'll probably kill that bug. Ooh, the temptation of me locking Mako in the bug was so real, but I resisted.
Oh, did you see that the Bracken came and gave me a kiss?
Ah, I saw it lingering.
Yo, he gave me a quick kiss. He almost snapped my neck.
Is fall in love. There we go. There was something lingering around them too.
We need walkies.
Probably the
That's
Bracken
there.
waiting.
No.
Ooh,
Oh, they pulled the appy.
somebody just saw something.
Fire. Yeah, firing. Right there, they're good. I actually think that's a snare.
I'll go guide her.
Perfect.
Is it the same fire exit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? Mia? 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 Hello? Hey. You there? Oh.
Oh, did someone order a shovel?
Yeah, I ordered a shovel.
I get it.
Rubber.
If you want to go give it a shot, that way.
Okay.
There's also a Bracken in there, but he is a little pissed. Be careful.
Oh my god. Hold on. Swing this real quick. I hate whatever noise that makes, like a blup. Don't like it. Not a fan. Oh.
Well, it doesn't make that noise if I hit you with it.
Mako.
Did you hit me with it?
Oh yeah, Mako and Potato are together. Ooh. I think Mako just got sniped. Oh, Mako's still alive.
I meant with
He's
the
battling,
plunger.
he's battling. Oh, nope, he's dead now.
Die.
Oof.
You sure did try, buddy. You
Hold
sure
on,
did
put him
try.
down. There you go.
Let's hit him with the plunger. Where's the plunger?
I knew that was gonna happen.
Hi.
It won't let me skip his body. Hold on.
It picked him up. That's a little thing.
Cause of death mauling. Yeah, he got cut.
Nice.
Yeah, he got thumped for sure. Got rolled.
Well, there goes my shovel.
It's like right in the door if you want to move it.
I could go with you.
No! My poor baby boy.
He was
Well, good
delicious.
news. We do have a good shovel backup.
Fucking delicious, Mia.
Oh. Hey, how did you get out of the cozy corner? Get back in there. You're in timeout.
Alright, let's
Mako.
get out of here before dogs maul someone.
Me! I got that dog in me.
Yeah. 17.
One more and I'm fucking dead.
Are you having fun with the boing?
Yes. Lots
It's
of fun.
200 credits.
Ah! I
Hello.
revived you.
Oh, thanks.
I had to,
It was because you serenaded him.
I had to spend a diamond. Well, we're just gonna put that on your.
Hitting you with the love stick.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, actually, I don't want to be in charge of this shit.
No, you get hit with the love stick.
Sign me up. Batters up.
Ooh, what is
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Like,
Fun. My hometown, our baseball team are the Biscuits. So instead of saying hey batter batter,
no
they say hey
way,
butter
they're
butter.
called the biscuits.
They're the Biscuits. And it's, hey butter butter butter. Hey butter 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 butter.
Hey, butter.
Well, I say my hometown, the town that I
The
most.
dog, the butter. I put the butter on the...
Put the butter on the stick. We got a thumper plushie now. Nice. Reflection birds. Nice.
What do you want to name these plushies? Can I name one?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to name the thumper Scoober.
Scooter?
Scoober!
Scoober.
Scoober is my default name for anything. I will name anything
Okay.
in any video game Scoober.
I agree. Scoober doober doo.
Scoober, and then the spider's name is Tony.
I'm behind that. It looks like Potato is currently
This is how
putting on a
motherfuckers
concert for us.
This is a cute song.
It is. It's vibey. I like it.
If only he wasn't British. I like how you and I are the only purple people left. The one who doesn't go in the facility, and then the shitlord.
Yeah.
It's a bad water. We are survivors.
I'm a professional asset to the company. Article.
Why?
Whoa!
Where are we? Oh.
Why?
Oh, we're on ass. Okay.
Yeah, ass.
Hey, Potato. Are you, like, morally allowed to eat baked potatoes?
Oh no. Oh, okay. Huh?
Are you morally allowed to eat baked potatoes, or is that like cannibalism?
We don't talk about that.
Good to know. I have to know one other thing, though. I have to know one other thing, though. Would cremation be like French fries?
That's valid. I feel like it would be in potatoes.
Okay.
It depends on how you die.
True.
If it
It
was
really
like
does.
a really
So,
bad
like-
slaughter, it'd be more like a casserole.
True. And
Yeah.
if it's like if there's like a dismemberment,
Hey.
just like a dismemberment and then cremation, it's French fries.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Alright.
All
Thank
the
you.
fingers and toes are French fries.
Thank you for cleaning that up.
Anytime.
Apparently there's a turret here.
It's in the gas.
Downstairs?
Oh, goodbye.
Hey,
Oh.
keyword.
I nearly died.
Oh my.
Where are we dying from?
Your mother.
Oh, okay.
That's threatening.
I kill you.
Is she running in place for you too?
Y'all.
Random pictures of people.
Did y'all go downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We did. There's not much down there.
I did find a key.
Hi.
Really, hold on to this.
Hey.
Hi.
Key.
I have the key. Mako? Oh, we've got a bad boy.
Stand down.
Hi. I moved to Detroit.
Dangerous.
I left.
There's a blob. There's a blob.
There's a blob. That's the hijacker.
Oh, it's two blobs. There's two.
And somebody's on top of the turret.
Uh-oh.
Wait, did I just hear my own voice?
I might be cooked.
Did
I
I?
think you are.
What's wrong?
He's
Slime.
being cornered by two.
Just run this way.
Oh, she's
Hold
being
on.
cornered. Uh-oh.
I'm getting this line.
Yo,
Yeah.
she's fucking goated. Now where the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? Oh, is this the entrance? It is. So if I've gone down this way, I should go this way then. Hello? What's this? What be here? Looting? Oh, hey. Hello? Hello? Any friends? Hello? I guess not. I'm alone. There's nobody here beside me. I guess I'm just destined to be alone. I can't believe it. Even though I can. Hello. Are they dead? Oh. I just got fucking taunted! I just got fucking taunted. I'm so upset, actually. That's genuinely upsetting.
Hello? We require assistance. I'm lost. Hey, found a way home.
She's at the exit, but that's
Over
exactly.
here.
Where's my corpse? Fuck.
Not good.
I'll have you know that Lieutenant Sutherland is an upstanding individual.
Medic on the ship! Medic on the ship!
Cutie pie.
What the I don't know why, every time I hear them, I just... Yep.
I don't. Well, and I think we're going the opposite way now. I just don't know where anything goes.
I had so much
Oh
stuff.
shit.
Me too.
What was that?
Unless we actually went into the
I was-
Steam room.
So I was on my way back to the stuff when Mako came out, and I was like, "Oh, hi, buddy," and then
I
he
don't remember.
and then he
Oh
face
my
palmed.
God.
He face palmed
This is why I get
emoted.
lost.
He face palm emoted. I was like, "Oh no, are they all dead? Did a mimic get him?" And then a mimic got me.
Yeah.
It was actually the most BM shit ever.
Ow. Ow. Oh, I gotta get out. I gotta get out.
Anyway, how you doing?
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So yeah, I basically had everything that was set outside on me. So it's like, oh well, I can't find anything. I found my way home. I'll just
They
do
like
a,
you.
Haters. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just do a run home. You know, get the stuff.
I feel so bad for.
Yeah, you go back that way. Go past the turret. There should be an exit that way.
Say again, Sweet Pea.
She thinks people are coming, but they're still inside. I think they're lost.
Yeah, they are. I think they're on the
found my
lower
way
level.
out.
Yeah, I saw that. I was basically yelling at my screen saying, Mia,
This
it's right
way.
there! You're right there!
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, I think they found my way.
No. This isn't the way back.
No, it's the door.
Oh, there it is.
door.
That's where I came out of. There's a mimic here. I'm willing to bet.
Fire exit. Ooh, it's 8.
They are gonna get
There's probably gonna be
so
things out.
caught by the mimic.
Okay.
Wait, this is like your first death, actually.
This is first step, isn't it?
This will be the first time you're not purple since the purplification. Why is she still spinning?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's kind of funny. She didn't want to let it go. Worm.
Run fast, run fast, run fast.
Yo, Batman. How's it going? How you doing? Oh my god, you're fucking mimic. The capitalism. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Tato. He's about to get caught.
3 mimics on the ship. 3 mimics on the ship. Be warned, there's a worm and 3 mimics on the ship. I am.
Oh, this is a dangerous night.
3 mimics. There is also a worm on the right side of the ship. Godspeed. Mimics.
Oh, wait.
Mimics on the ship. Mimics on the
Okay.
ship.
I'll
Oh
just
my
stay on
god.
top of the ship.
Are you
So-
real or are you a mimic? I can't tell.
I came through
I'm
here.
alive, don't worry.
Mimic on the ship. That mimic on the ship.
Oh, so I ordered
Mimic on the
flashlight
ship.
speed check.
Mimics on the ship.
I'm alive, don't worry.
3 mimics on the ship.
Here's another exit, I think.
I know there's 3. I don't know who's dead. I have not been able to
Close
look
the
at.
door.
I have not been able to look at them.
This is absolutely peak, by the way.
In quite some time.
New creature, kinda?
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm alive.
They're so scary.
Oh my
I
God,
heard it
there's
crying and I
another-
really bolted. I was horrified.
Mako, I don't know if you're alive.
You can date them.
This guy is such an ass.
He is. He's a menace.
And so, therefore, it's less convincing each time, I will say.
Don't worry, I'm alive.
Well, I think somebody.
That would have been really fucking stupid of me. Coffee time, yeah. We're almost getting coffee.
I was mimicking.
You know?
Whoa, they have lights on their shoulders.
Going in circles.
Oh,
Well, y'all said
So
he's not
many.
Mimic, he has a light on his shoulder, so it's like, oh, they can't have lights on their shoulders. Got it. So when that had a light on his shoulder, I was like, oh, that can't be a that can't be a mimic.
Did you hear what I said as I came up to you, Mario? You're wearing a hard hat. You're not a construction worker.
I'm so sorry for how annoying I probably was. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, welcome back.
hi.
That was chaos. That was great.
Oh, what? What did I
Thank
do?
you for living. I love you so much.
You want to know, Mako? You want to know how I
I
died?
had like 3 items on me, including my shovel.
Guys, I died in the
Listen
dumbest
to you.
way. I died in the dumbest
Oh, yeah?
way. Yeah, it was Mako. So I came out of the fire exit back around to the main entrance.
Mako.
Yeah, yeah, you killed me, you bastard.
Oh, okay. That's reasonable.
Anyway, so I go around to the
It's
front of the
going
ship, and I see all this stuff piled there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm lost. I'm gonna collect all this, take it home. And Mako comes out, and I'm like, ah, shit. Is everybody dead? And then the mimic face palms. And I'm like, oh no, did a mimic get them? And then immediately I get mimicked.
Yeah, they can emote.
God, no, I think it was like your mimic who came onto the ship, and I was, are you real? But you kept walking, but you were still talking like it was you, and I was like, but you moving suspiciously.
Oh, no, I got on top of the ship.
The problem with me being so yappy is that I'm giving the
I couldn't
mimics.
tell if you actually were.
Yeah.
It kept repeating it back.
No,
to
he
you.
was literally standing
I
on
kept
top of
saying
the
it
ship,
over and over.
just repeating it.
Ass.
You know what? Next time I'm just gonna get mimicked, just because.
Well, I didn't blame Mia for my death.
Fair enough.
Listen, all I could see was like a
You
sliver of the
said,
screen.
or one of y'all said, that it couldn't
Every
be a
time I
mimic.
saw blue.
It has a light on its shoulder. So I was like, oh, okay. So if it has light on its shoulder, it's not a mimic.
No, that's.
And then-
We have Mirage on. These mimics are bona fide mimics.
This
Oh,
from
we're at
the
the
guy who maintained I'm a mimic facade until he died.
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't say I was a mimic. I said, don't worry, I'm alive. I spoke the
Yep,
truth.
I have a favorite.
Until I wasn't.
Lure. Hold on.
The worst part about me being so yappy is I'm giving them
Into
so.
a dead end, and I'm gonna trap them.
What do you want me to do?
You just have to lure Mako into a dead end, and I'm gonna trap him.
Hey, whoa, hey, stop.
Anything?
Stop it. Get some help.
You didn't hear anything? You didn't hear anything?
Nice one, Lily.
What?
Did you get him? Did you get him?
Yep.
Rip
Destroyed.
to pieces.
Now somebody else will experience tentacle monsters.
Not be I.
You come here, you son of a bitch. Come here. I'm gonna force feed you to Jeff. Come here. Come here.
Let me experience this.
Come here, you big
Your
bitch.
hard work is invaluable to the company.
No.
I mean, you deserve it.
I mean that was a good one though. That was a good
I thought I was
one.
there by myself. I don't even know where you came from, and I don't know how it didn't get you as well.
I've accomplished my goal. Yeah,
Perfect.
I need to order some stuff.
You really are the best.
I am not. I'm fucking deranged. Thank you.
Those are the best people.
But that means you're the best.
Alright.
The best girlies.
Wait, who wants
Is
to
there a glow suit? Me! Oh, I've been waiting for that
Go
bitch
get
to
it,
come
bestie.
up. Oh. Please.
That was absolutely peak.
Oh, my phone's a little low. Oh, there it is. I got it.
So how is Steph?
Oh, I'm gonna glow in the dark.
Oh, you know, it's good.
Great.
And I also
Actually, I'm gonna get another drink while I'm dead.
Amazing! Ah, I love sending cryptic messages. And a little treat.
Boobies?
come with me, I ordered stuff.
Booba, oh my god.
And do, Captain. The bomb bust.
Most important item in the game.
I get it.
Mountain Dew.
I love the bugs.
I love how the blue, the purple almost looks like a purple dragon.
Yeah.
Wait,
kinda
wait,
Wait, I can make it.
Mako. Can you hear me?
Like a dead guy.
I'm here now. What's up?
I just realized I don't think the mimics can mimic paint.
Yeah, no, they probably can't.
Ah!
Oh, it's taking away the. No! It's
They absolutely can mimic having a light on your shoulder.
the bunny!
Really killed me.
It's erasing the bunny.
Oh no, I took it.
I want to make it look like a dead guy got dragged out of here.
The bunny.
It was Mako. Mako's the dead guy. Good, girls only ship.
How is it feel? How does it feel being the token guy here?
Gender affirmation of my life.
I mean, you know,
Fair
I gotta tell you the truth. This is completely normal for me.
Fair enough.
This is not a new thing.
Perfect.
Completely fair.
It's beautiful.
Oh god, I can't cut. I cannot cut. Dolphin?
What did you buy?
Dolphin?
Totally didn't just take a screenshot of potato here.
One more.
Oh fuck yeah, my favorite one.
Okay.
My emote.
Immediately start to woo.
Okay, let's see what I got.
Easiest DMC in my life.
Oh.
I might upload this as a VOD on YouTube just because it's so funny.
Oh yeah, I'm moving like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh wait, hold on. I'll still.
Your face is gone. Your head is gone.
Who's?
Yeah.
Your head is gone. You.
What are you talking about? My head.
Your head. Yeah, look at the wall. Look at the wall. Your head is gone.
Oh no.
You're just a hard hat.
I'm looking for somebody.
Oh no.
Oh, I've just got a face and a hat.
Yeah. You've been flanderized. I can't believe it.
Oh no, I lost it.
Fucking hell.
I've become unbodied. I'm all around
under
now.
the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. Man, it is
You don't
real
want to say the lyrics
Oh.
because you know what they are.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should have said it on the.
Hello.
On the.
Hi.
Everything is better down where it's wetter. It's fine.
Everything's better
girl,
down
holy
where
shit,
it's
what the
wetter.
fuck you doing
Take it
here?
from me.
I am back.
Hi. Hello.
Hola.
Oh my god, I love your glasses.
Beep, boop, boop, bop.
Why are you playing Zenyatta right now?
There we go.
There we go.
Experience tranquility.
Experience shitpost.
Here at the company, you'll get your own video to experience tranquility.
Experience capitalism.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
I already
Presty.
am.
Ooh, wait.
Little Nick.
Okey-dokey.
How can you tell which buttons to close it? They're both red!
I'm going to hop off.
Colorblind head ass.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have fun. Don't die
Wait, hold on,
too
wait,
much.
Oh, we will.
Bye. We'll miss you. We'll miss you.
Bye.
Hey, wait.
Yep.
Wait, wait.
That's
Wait.
yes.
Come back. Wait. Look at me.
Wait, hold on.
Look at me. Fuck you.
Whoa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Who was that?
The one who
Who are you?
Bye.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Whoa. Hello.
Hi. Hello. I meant I didn't mean.
I don't know who this guy is, but.
Go white boy, go white.
Y'all sure do dance good.
I don't want to. Orange justice for you, Chet. Go white boy, go. Any more machine. Put the coins away. Go white boy, go white boy.
We're casting a spell on Mako, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, we're making Mako gay.
Neat.
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't be the first one to try it.
Wait, hold on, we gotta.
Wait, hold on. You two, I have an idea.
That's how you know Mako got the blunderbussy.
Yep. There we go. Clown horn my pussy.
This is what navigating Twitter feels like now. The fucking clowns. I feel like this is the 11th gate of hell.
Only the 11th.
Alright, this is dumb.
No.
We need money so we can go to places. I want to go to Bozo's.
I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Any place with a girl is there is the best place.
Hold hands. Aww.
Oh wait, hold on. Typo. Typo. There we go.
Wow, what's yours? We did it!
We did it at the same time! We did this at the same time!
Timing. Oh god. Oh my god, I've never noticed him. Best boy. Look at that, not a thought behind those eyes.
Yeah. Speaking of, I lost my head. I'm just a hard hat and a face.
No comment.
Eat bobbies.
Make a wall?
We all call me the Home Depot. There we go.
I wish I could read my own side. I can't see it from here.
If you hold left alt, you can move your camera without moving yourself.
Genius.
You're welcome.
I've got a new one.
Oh my god, I can move with the sign this way!
Oh,
Oh, found the cheat code. Cheat code!
Oh yeah. But does this kind of match with the company song?
Yeah. But everything does.
No!
Okay.
Wait.
There we go. We're doing it.
Amazing.
Tino's?
Pizza rolls.
Freeze pizzas? Oh.
Pizza rolls. So true, Breasty. So true.
Hello. Tits, ass, then thighs? I think switch ass and thighs.
So true.
An Orbeck steakhouse.
Oh my god.
What?
No! We don't have enough money! Oh.
No, we're poor.
Yeah, that's what the emote that the mimic did on me before I got killed.
Yeah. One time a mimic twerked at me and then ran at me. It's like, I don't think that's a real person.
Honestly, that's something I would do to someone.
Noted. Fear.
I would do it in real life, too.
Hell yeah. You can.
Honestly, established dominance early on. Oh god.
Alright, this will be my last run.
Amogus.
Alright, let's go beat people to death.
Alright, let's go!
Oh, I just changed my keyboard. I just accidentally changed my keyboard to Japanese. Aren't I smart? I'm so smart. I'm so quick and cunning. I wish I could turn down the graphics settings on this game or something. Oh. I always miss that jump. By the way, where is everybody? Like, we just went from having the party of a lifetime to being alone, naked, and afraid. Like, what the fuck happened? What happened to this country? Ta-da! Yo, demons! It's me, your girl, Skinny Penis. Coming at you today with another Minecraft video. Where are we going? Anything here? No, this has been explored. Where the fuck is everybody? Hello? That's a dead body. I see. Don't worry, Mako. I got ya. Silly, silly. Silly, silly Mako. Going and getting shot. The gangster's life isn't for everybody. And it seems Mako was no exception. Go, white boy. Go. Uh-oh. Whoa, okay.
That's a locker. Oh, doesn't see a locker yet. Oh, hope Mia knows what a locker is. Welcome back.
Mako experienced ballistics.
Oh, I know. I saw. He got shot while Kurt was on cooldown. And I was like, well, that's what you get. If you're watching me right now, Mako, you got got. He is on the way back. I think Mia found the locker.
What the fuck was that? I heard an explosion and then ringing and then something chased me and then froze and then I don't...
Yeah, that's a locker.
What are they and how do I kill it?
They're not killable, but as long as you don't use a flashlight around them, you should be good.
Really?
Sensitive to technology. I don't know.
They friendly?
No. They just won't chase you if you don't use your flashlight. I don't know the other semantics, that's just the little one.
Hi.
Because what's his name died to a gun.
Yeah, he got shot by cooldown turret. Yeah. Uh-oh. Sometimes losing is fun.
No. I want to keep my emotes. Alright, let's go, bestie. We're gonna go die.
Yes, wife. Let's go. That's not the way.
Girl. This is the way. Lily. Bestie, this way. Oh, it's not. Come on. Down here, you fuck.
Dog. I don't like this.
You don't have to crouch the whole time.
I prefer to be safe in these instances with a dog, because they've caught me well off guard before.
Flashlight off.
Oh, she's fucking dead. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, she's dead. Fuck me. Maybe I can get her stuff? No. No. Alright. Back on the Oregon Trail we go. Mother.
I didn't die.
You didn't die?
No, she teleported me before I could leave with the stuff I had.
It's right there. It's hanging around the door. Honestly, good play by her, though.
No, I had it.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. I killed the thumper, and I was about to leave.
Well, I've got the thumper.
You might want to out of here because there's a coil head in here too.
What? I hate you. Can you walk ahead of me? It's so hard to see with this here. Careful for the puppy.
No. It's not here.
There it is. It's behind us.
Welcome back.
Where's the puppy? Hi. Move it to Mia. Did you move the camera to Mia? Please. Oh no. Fucking dead? She might be dead. Yeah, she's dead. I'm disconnected. Aren't I? Are we sure? What the fuck? Jesus. Great, I have to leave. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh well. That's a shame. It was going so well. No! It crashed too. No! Well, I was gonna back out anyway after this one because it's been a few hours, so. Like I said, this isn't gonna be a super long one now, so. Shit. Let's go say hi to Mako. Yeah? It's so sad. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I will be heading off now because it's been a minute. Anyway, thank you again, Mako, for having me around. It was very fun. Very, very lovely experience. It was lovely to meet everybody, but since I've already disconnected and all that, I'm just up because I'm EP. Hi! Let's go say hi to Mako. Bye.